Yeah, and we are live. Say, man, this your boy D Ball. And today I'm just gonna be chatting, bro. We had some crazy news in the NBA. Luka was traded to the Lakers for Anthony Davis for some crazy reason. De'Aaron Fox was traded to the Spurs. Zach LaVine was traded to the Kings. Bulls got absolutely nothing for LaVine. Um, Today was just a crazy day, bro. Uh, it was a crazy day. I guess we'll get into some of those. We'll get into some things. Um, I did want to start with. I'm gonna let a few more people come in into the chat. Uh, let's see what's going on here. Yeah. Let's see. Uh, should we start with? What should we start with? Mm, okay, I guess we could start with some of this, with this Luka stuff. Let's put this back up. So, I guess there are some videos of Dallas fans crashing out over Luka. Let's see what they talking about.
I've been a Mavs fan my whole entire life since I've been a baby. This is the worst moment in the history of my life. This is ridiculous. This is crazy, man. We went to the NBA Finals. Why are we trading the best player, the franchise player? How are we trading the franchise player? He went to the NBA Finals. He's supposed to have a statue. Hell yeah. He's supposed to have a statue. Look at the statue right there. It's supposed to be Luka right there. Why we don't got a statue for Luka? This new management is putting profit over fans. Profit over fans. Feel me? They're not worried about the fans. They don't care that we've invested 7 years of it believing in Luka, but believing in building a team around Luka. They don't care about that. They just want to make their gambling money, make a couple $100 million, and leave us stuck out here.
Bro.
You know, now we're back
crazy.
to square one. We're back to square zero. You feel me? It's ridiculous. Luka filled that stadium. Who gonna fill it now? Who gonna fill that stadium now?
Like I said, I was upset. I was confused because, like, in my head, I'm thinking to myself, like, what is your mindset, right? Like, why would you trade Luka? And if you are to trade Luka, why would you not get the best trade package available for him? That was like that's just such a horrible perspective. That's just such a horrible trade. Like, at least make it make sense. You know what I mean? Make it at least a decent trade. But that was just a terrible.
Look at bro in the World Series championship. He like, man, oh man, this is sad, bro. Look at bro in the back with the blue beanie on. He is sad. Like this is a terrible day in the DFW, bro. And as a Dallas Fort Worth resident, bro, this is crazy.
Terrible trade. Hate this. Hate everything about it. I hope Luka goes crazy on us. You know what I mean? Yeah, like I'm done with the Mavs right now, bro. It's done.
These guys, this Nico, they finished with my dreams, okay? And this place, American Airlines, the Mavericks, this was my safe place. And now I have nothing. Basically, they screw up the best sport thing in Dallas. I'm so sad, man, for real. I'm sad.
Bro said this was my safe space. I gotta turn off the playback speed. I have to put it on normal, bro. This is hilarious.
I'm disappointed.
Mr. Luka, if you're listening to us, Mr. Luka Doncic, this is not from us. Mr. Luka, you were supposed to stay here for forever. We love you, Luka. Like kids, we're supposed to watch you. Like kids, this was supposed to be their childhood, Luka.
Yo, bro,
We
was
love
in
you,
that
Luka.
Rangers
Please come back to
championship
us.
girl. Like,
Once
he
you
didn't give a
don't
damn.
resign to Los
He just wanna
Angeles,
be on TV.
please come back to us. We love you here, Luka.
There's no precedent for this in the history of the NBA that you don't trade a 25-year-old MVP candidate in his prime for a 32-year-old made of glass and a single pick. We just went to the finals last year. It's not like we missed the playoffs. It's not like we lost in the first round. And they could they could win every game the rest of the season and win the championship, and it wouldn't really matter because all of the emotional value and in that journey just got sucked away. But it feels
Hey, that's some real shit though. Y'all let me know how y'all feel about this. RC, y'all let me know. But is a championship with AD, Kyrie, Clay now, would it be worth it? Would it be worth it, bro? Because me, coming from a Dallas resident, I think the journey of Luka Doncic and him coming and overcoming all the obstacles, overcoming this team, that team, and just the story of Luka right after Dirk. I feel like if he would have got a championship in Dallas, it'll mean way more than this AD Kyrie bullshit, bro. It's just sad, man. Because Luka was Dallas, bro. Luka brought the aura to Dallas. He really did, bro.
feels like someone close to you died in a way, and there's lots of anger for sure. What's inscribed on that statue over there, Dirk statue, says loyalty
This is how
never
you
fades
set your
away. And apparently, that's only a one-way street. That only matters for the players because loyalty definitely faded away from the organization. They didn't hold up their end of the bargain. He was loyal and they weren't.
No, that's facts. This is how you set your franchise back after Kyrie and AD quit on the Mavs due to health or being tired of carrying the Mavericks. You're gonna be back to the basement like the Utah Jazz. Bro, long story short, they are not winning no championship. AD, Clay, and Kyrie, it ain't happening. Man, yeah. As a Dallas fan, bro, I'm low-key hurt, bro. I'm not even a Mavericks fan, and this trade hit me a bit, so I can't even imagine what Dallas fans are going through. Imagine trading Dirk away in 2007 after he lost the finals. This is legit the biggest surprise trade in NBA history. Profit over fans. Young men just learned what America's about. Yeah, this trade was crazy. Hey, RC, let me know how my audio is. I'm on a new little software. But yeah. Oh man, Gills Arena. Let's see what they got to say.
What? Oh my goodness. Are they mad or not? Are they mad or not right now? Bambi legs, get the fuck out of here. Yeah. The
Playoffs, yes,
here.
championship, nah.
You wanted to We gave you one. We gave you a center. His name is Lively, mother. Yeah, Gryffindor, whatever. Get the fuck out of here. He got you a center. You can play whatever position you want. Okay? Huh? You won't be playing with the Laker jersey on. You won't be playing with the Lakers.
Okay, appreciate that, RC.
On, boy. Get him up out of here. Is you dumb? I need a center. Okay. Okay, you got one.
Bro.
What was Shy say? You know he's, oh my God, he's mad. One of his favorite players is a Laker.
Man, bro. This one hurts, man. Charles Barkley. I know he was on NBA TV. Charles Barkley was on NBA TV. Let me go to this. YouTube. Let me go to YouTube Studio. Talk chat. Man, so go to my OBS. Let me see. Well, let's put this right here. And now let's go around. Let's see what
2029 first round pick. The Jazz, meanwhile.
Let's see what Avery
Welcome to
Johnson got to
CBS
say.
Sports HQ. I'm
said
Jordan
the
Giorgio. We
internet
begin
was
with the
on.
news out of the NBA that I think we are all still processing and asking ourselves, is this actually real? It's an absolute blockbuster trade that happened overnight between the Lakers and the Mavericks. Luka Doncic, who spent his entire career with the Mavs, is on his way to LA, while Anthony Davis is heading the other way to Dallas. The trade in total is a 3-team deal that also includes the Utah Jazz. So here are the full details. The Lakers, as I mentioned, will receive Luka Doncic, Maxi Kleber, and Markieff Morris.
Yeah,
The
and Fox
Mavericks
and
will
Spurs
get
went down today,
Anthony
too.
Davis,
Yeah.
Max Christie, and a 2029
Yeah,
first
that was
round
an actual
pick. The
good
Jazz,
trade for the
meanwhile,
team.
who are the third team involved in this deal, will receive Jalen Hood-Schifino and 2 second-round picks in this year's draft. For more on this reaction to the monster trade in the association, let's go ahead and welcome in our own NBA champion and former Mavs head coach, Avery Johnson. Avery, it is so great to see you. I couldn't have picked a better person to really start off this morning here at CBS Sports HQ. Have you allowed yourself some time to even process this? What has been your reaction?
Well, it's been weird because my phone early this morning was blowing up. I was sleeping when the trade went down, and I must have had 80 text messages from not only folks here in Dallas, but people all across the country. And my initial reaction was, wow, Nico Harrison, the general manager for the Dallas Mavericks, and Rob Pelinka, man, when did this trade conversation start? It just didn't start last night. This had to start weeks ago for them to even arrive at this point to actually pull this off. So, Nico Harrison, God bless you, my man. You here in Dallas, the fans are they're in an uproar. This is arguably the biggest trade, one of the biggest trades in NBA history that I can ever remember, and I've been a part of the NBA since 1988 as a player, coach, someone in the media, covering the league. So I was blown away when I woke up and heard the news about this trade.
I'm sure, and rightfully so. So many questions to be answered. As you mentioned, your home base is in Dallas. That's where you're at right now. I know it's been only a few hours really since this news happened. You mentioned you were sleeping overnight. Also, that a lot of folks in the city of Dallas in uproar right now. But what was some of the more reaction that you got for some of the folks that you did get to speak to? As you mentioned, your phone was blowing up this morning.
Yeah, people are searching for answers. I think a lot of Mavericks fans are confused. They're caught off guard. You know, when Mavericks fans initially heard that the Mavericks were trading for Anthony Davis, you know, they thought maybe this was going to be like Derek Lively in the trade, P.J. Washington in the trade, Daniel Gafford, I mean, even Klay Thompson. But no one in their wildest dreams as a Mavericks fan thought Luka Doncic, the guy who is a generational talent, you know, one of the top 3 players in all of the NBA. They just went to the finals with Luka. No one thought in their wildest dreams that Luka was going to be included in this trade. So I think 90% of the Mavericks fans right now are confused. They're disappointed. They really don't see the Mavericks winning in this trade. But we'll see how it plays out over time. But here's the one thing I want to say, Jordan, with this trade. This is not Mark Cuban, okay? This is new ownership. This is a new CEO. Rich Welts just took over for Sid Marshall. Again, Nico Harrison as a general manager, he hasn't been here but less than 3 years.
Here we go.
This team, you know, is looking for a new arena. So it's a matter of whether they're going to stay here in Dallas long term or not. So this
makes
is
me feel a bit better about my T-Wolves dumping cat. I guess we ain't the only dump franchise out there. No, that's true, bro. That's absolutely ridiculous. Let me look at some of this stuff that people are sending me because, bro, I didn't want to look at it, bro. But I'm finna look at some of this shit. Let me pull some of this shit up, bro. Let me pull this stuff up real quick. Whatever. Won't be able to look at that.
Court rather than offense to try to get back to the finals. So this is a lot of unanswered questions, but remember, this is not the Mark Cuban-led Mavericks. This is a totally new ownership group that's in majority control.
That's an incredible point. I think really important for Mavericks fans
You
who
heard
are
about how they
upset,
say
confused
Luka
right now,
was
as you mentioned, to really
275?
understand.
See, that's what I'm hearing all this stuff, but does it matter? Like, let me look on Locked On Mavs. I know they got something to say because I don't know, bro.
The Dallas Mavericks just traded Luka Doncic. It's real. I couldn't believe it. You can't believe it. I can't believe it. It doesn't make any sense at all. And either one of three things is true about Nico Harrison, the GM of the Dallas Mavericks, because by all reports and accounts, it was his trade that he took to ownership and that he didn't go to Luka Doncic, he didn't go to LeBron James or anybody, set up this trade. There's one of three things that is true. He is either the dumbest GM in NBA history, he knows something else about Luka Doncic, or he's a double agent for the Los Angeles Lakers and just wanted to get Luka to the Lakers because the NBA ratings are plummeting and they needed somebody to go to the Lakers to make everything better for the league. Only one of those things can be true. Now let's talk about the most realistic one, is that the Mavs know something else about Luka. Could Luka Doncic be like an Andrew Luck and he decide to retire in a couple years because he's sick of dealing with the injury stuff? I don't know. That's the only way it makes sense for the Mavericks. This is absolutely insane for the Mavs to do this.
Yeah.
The Dallas Mavericks.
Yeah. Mavericks fans is just, yeah. Everybody just hurt, bro. Everybody is just hurt. I don't know what to say at this point. I don't know what to say at this point. I did have some stuff to get to. Let me get to some of these. Did y'all see Kendrick Perkins? He was cooking curry. I did want to get y'all thoughts on
2025
this.
All-Star rosters, they are complete with the reserves being announced last night. So let's just go through who made the cut here. We're going to start with the backcourts. Anthony Edwards making his third All-Star team. James Harden making his 11th. And Jalen Williams, the West leading Thunder, he is making his first here. So then on to the East backcourt. I am just so happy for Cade Cunningham, y'all. He's the first Piston to make an All-Star team since 2019. And then, of course, Cavs.
Bro, Darius Garland did not deserve to be an All-Star. Y'all let me know, did y'all think Darius Garland deserved to be an All-Star? Because I wasn't on that vibe. I'm not even gonna lie to y'all.
Darius Garland gets his second All-Star nod, making it the 9th time as Damian Lillard. Remember, Dame won the 2024 Kobe Bryant All-Star MVP award. And for the first time, Heat guard Tyler Hero made it as well. This is what it's all about, the special moments, right? Check out when he found out.
Here's the last one in the Eastern Conference. The last reserve is chosen by the coaches. From the Miami Heat.
Look at Tyler Hero. That boy Tyler Hero crunk.
It's the joy for me. That's just so awesome. Janae, you've made 2 WNBA All-Stars. Contextualize, what is this like for Tyler Hero?
First of all, congratulations, Tyler Hero. To be named an All-Star, it's like a sigh of relief for all the hard work you put in. It's status. It's an exclusive club. But
RC, Darius Garland been balling out, but he ain't better than Trey.
But he has emerged from going in 2022 as a 6th man of the year.
RC,
to
you
the
thought
man,
he was better than
24 points
Trey?
per game. Congratulations, and that was a great moment.
And getting the nod from the coaches as well, Janae. Stephen A., thank you so much. All right, so those are the backcourt reserves, but we have to get to our resident big man, Kendrick Perkins, here. So we're going to dive into the front court a little bit. We're going to start out in the East. Pacers big man Pascal Siakam made his third All-Star team, while the reigning Finals MVP Jaylen Brown, he made his fourth, and then making his first All-Star appearance, Evan Mobley from the East leading Cleveland Cavaliers. So, Perk, Mobley has been, as you would say, big man balling entire season. What has impressed you the most?
Well, look, not just big man balling, but there's no green grass up under his feet because he's been standing on business. Okay, and when I say green grass,
see, I think Evan Mobley deserved to make the All-Star game more than Darius Garland. There's no way you leave out Trae Young. There's no way you leave out Trae Young, bro. Not for Darius Garland. Like, Darius Garland was cool, but I don't know. I don't know if the Cavs deserve 3 All-Stars this year. Do y'all think they deserve 3 All-Stars?
is not growing. That's what he's been doing at an elite level. 18-9 this season. And Malika, it's amazing what a new voice in the locker room, a new coach could do for a player. Kenny Atkinson has unlocked Evan Mobley, a guy that is real versatile, could get downhill, could shoot the three, could rebound at a high level, does it all, and been banging in the paint.
And then we have the West front court reserves right here. Anthony Davis making his 10th. Jaren Jackson Jr. from the Memphis Grizzlies making his 2nd. And then we have 2 first-timers here, Alperen Şengün from the number 2 overall Rockets, and Victor Wembanyama. Brian Windhorst, he is here with us as well. Brian,
I ain't gonna lie, those was perfect picks. The big men, those were perfect picks.
and you've spent a ton of time with Victor. What does this accolade mean to him and mean for the future of the NBA?
Well, you know, Malik, I was just looking at that video of LeBron. That was 2005, his first All-Star game in Denver. Who knew that we would still be seeing him on the All-Star teams 20 years later? And I have to wonder how many years is Victor Wembanyama going to be a resident of the All-Star weekend?
Yeah.
Here he is in his first appearance. He is dominating night in and night out at both ends of the court, and there's still so much room for him to grow. He is an absolute force.
Luka, I'm not Luka, but Victor Wembanyama is not dominating. Wemby has been good, but he has not been dominating, bro. Y'all, I don't know why they keep saying Wemby has been dominating. Wemby has not been dominating offensively, bro.
Force. He is going to be one of the faces of the league, and he's taking his rightful position on All-Star Weekend.
He's the face. He will be this is the first of many for Victor Wembanyama, and many consecutive for Victor Wembanyama, Brian. So those are all the reserves who made the cut. But you know what they say? It's amazing.
Okay, look at that lineup right here. Who was the biggest snubs? Who are the biggest snubs right here? Because you had LaMelo, but you get why LaMelo didn't make it. I feel like Kyrie should have made it. Domantas Sabonis, he had an argument. Devin Booker should not have made it. Norman Powell had a solid case. Tyrese Maxey, their team is garbage. Trae Young should have definitely made it. Like, I'm sorry, Darius Garland, but you not. Nah, bro, they didn't need 3 All-Stars.
To make or miss league, and these players, they did not make it. LaMelo Ball, he led the fan vote but didn't make it. Kyrie Irving, Domantas Sabonis, Devin Booker, Norm Powell, Tyrese Maxey, Trae Young, all had a strong case and did not hear their name called. And then Trae, he took to social media saying, it's no longer getting snubbed, it's getting trade at this point. Sorry to my fans, it'll change eventually. Assuming he keeps his averages, Trae will be the first player to average 20 points and 10 assists and not be an all-star in multiple seasons in NBA history. So usually this is when we...
That's crazy. Say, can anybody tell me why the NBA hates Trae Young and LaMelo Ball so much? Like, y'all need young superstars, bro. Like, the fact that Steph Curry is a starter is crazy. It's crazy. Trae can't even make the team?
Settle into a conversation. I ask you guys a question about what the biggest snubs are. But do you guys mind if I take this one for a second there? Because I was
do your thing.
hot in the group text last night. LaMelo Ball, I really think that he should have made it. And here's why. I know his team is struggling, but this game is about the fans, right? And this is the first time under fan voting where the format where one of the leaders of the fan vote did not actually make it for his position. And I think that this game is about the fans, and that's doing a disservice to those fans. And I understand this is the coach's vote.
Oh, man, it's sad when Malika is cooking. Malika is cooking, bro. The fans voted for LaMelo. For him not to make the team is a slap in the face to the fans. They wanted to see LaMelo, and LaMelo seemed like he got a game to where he would be looking real good in the All-Star game. I'm just saying, bro. Like, LaMelo or Trae over Darius Garland all day, bro. I'm sorry.
vote, it is incredibly difficult to get the media, the players, the coaches to all agree with the fans on this. So, Brian, why are players like LaMelo maybe missing out because they're considered losing players? I just don't get it.
Yeah, I think if you look at the players who made it, generally they have been from the winning teams. The Cavs getting 3 players, the best team is an example. If I were Trae Young and LaMelo Ball, I would be a little frustrated seeing Tyler Hero make it, even though Hero absolutely is deserving. His team is a 500 team. Those teams are under the Miami Heat in the standings. I will say this. Just because a guy like LaMelo doesn't make it, it doesn't mean that he was not on the ballots. There's 15 votes out there. Your coach can't vote for you, so there's 14 votes. It's very possible.
Bro, Jaylen Brown and Darius Garland could have been LaMelo and Trae. Darius Garland and Jaylen Brown could have been LaMelo and Trae. Like, the Celtics have been kind of not as great this season. Jaylen Brown hasn't been that great this season. Darius Garland has been good, but they already got Mobley and Mitchell. They could have put Trae and LaMelo on, and everybody would be happy, bro. I promise everybody would have been happy.
Very possible there was 1 vote more for a guy like Tyler Hero versus LaMelo Ball, and that was the difference between being an all-star and not. I will just say...
Nope, don't do that. Tyler Hero deserves to be an all-star, bro.
Hey, while the fans did vote LaMelo number 1 at guard, the coaches didn't put him on. The players had him 3rd, which would be on the team, but not a starter, and the media had him 7th. So the fact that his team is 12 and 32 really hurts.
I know that it's really hard to get, as you said, where he was voted by 3 other categories besides the fans. But isn't that what this game is about? If it's not about the fans, who is it about? It's about who they want to see.
Listen, right? When I look at a guy like Steph Curry making the All-Star game this season, and I look at a lot of guys like Kyrie Irving, Devin Booker, De'Aaron Fox, just in this conference who had better seasons than, or playing better than him. Look, I'm gonna say the quiet thing out loud. Steph Curry should not be an all-star. He shouldn't. Guys are playing.
Nah, real talk though. Steph Curry, I ain't gonna say he shouldn't have been an all-star because they was gonna vote for him, but he shouldn't have been an all-star starter. And Kyrie should have made the team easily. Norman Powell should have made the team too.
Still, look, no matter what the fans want, no matter what the coaches want, no matter what we want, who we want to see, this still you have to earn to be an all-star by your production. And if you're looking at the production around the league, it's guys in the Western Conference that have better numbers than Steph, and their teams are in better positions than Steph. So, I mean, what?
That's
Am I
facts.
lying?
That's facts.
The host of the
That's what I'm saying. Like, you're trying to, first of all, we've got bigger fish to fry. We're trying to save the game and not just a player on a roster. And Steph Curry, the same way LeBron James, the same way Kevin Durant, the same way a number of these legends of the game are participating. You need him in this All-Star game. He's literally working with
hold on. KD and LeBron are having better seasons than Steph, and their teams are actually in the playoff hunt. Steph and them is out the playoffs, bro.
To try to make sure everyone is available to play. I
thought Golden State
He's only averaging
got
22 points
Levine.
per
They
game.
should have
His
Curry
team
needs
is right
help.
now 24
No,
and
that's
23.
facts, but
there are cases. We're coming off the heels of talking about
they need
LaMelo, right?
Vucevic
His team is 12 and
and
32.
Levine.
We
That's
also
what
talk
they
about how
needed,
deep the
RC.
West is. He is like their bright spot on Golden State.
So what? Here's the thing. So you're gonna punish other guys that are deserving because you're saying we have bigger fish to fry. So forget the goldfish.
No.
Because you weren't about the tuna.
No.
That's what you're telling me?
I don't think any of those guys in the West that got snubbed will look at Steph Curry starting and saying, man, I should have had his spot. I don't think so.
No. Steph Curry is 22 points a game, and they like, what, 11th in the West? The Warriors are 11th in the West. Steph Curry got Norman Powell's spot, bro. Let's just keep it a buck. He got Norman Powell, or he got Kyrie Irving's spot. Let's just keep it a buck. Steph Curry should not be no all-star starter at the least. You could put him on the team, but starter, hell no. Y'all tripping.
Listen,
Part of it,
with him being in that spot,
50% of the starters were fan vote. Then it was media. Then it was players. So I'm sure he still got players' vote. He still got media's vote. But most importantly, Steph is one of the best when it comes to getting the fan vote. I can't agree with you.
I get it. And you don't have to. And we're not going to agree on this because, again, this comes down to production. And who's been producing.
It doesn't, though, because As
Why?
Malika said,
it can't come down. It can't
if
be
it was
nothing
just
else.
about production,
What is
we
the
wouldn't have
hold
the
on?
fans voting.
So hold on, time out. So making the All-Star game is not about production anymore.
No, it is. It is. But
Brian,
it's a mix.
what do you think of this?
If Steph wasn't in the game, it would be a disservice to the fans.
I agree.
And I know that was the point you just made, Malika. I would just say that on balance, while Perk is making an interesting argument, I think we have good all-star teams. And there's always going to be some people that didn't.
Man, Steph should not be no all-star starter. Y'all gotta stop with this picking and choosing shit. So Steph Curry on a team that's not even in the play-in, he's only averaging 22 points, and he good to get in. Victor Wembanyama, he's on a team that's not in the play-in race, but he should get in. But LaMelo can't get in because his team sucks. But Curry and Wemby team sucks. Trey can't get in. I don't know. I just don't get it. It's too much picking and choosing for me, bro. It's too much politics, bro. And them dudes, Trey and LaMelo, have a way funner game for all-star format, bro. It's just facts.
Didn't make it. You know, I wish Kyrie was there. I think Kyrie earned it. I think Norm Powell earned it. But I don't have a problem with any of these all-stars. I know that that's not as fun to have a back and forth. I think the coaches did a good job. It's hard to be perfect.
Man, that shit cap. Let me see what the comments say. Saying Melo deserves a spot, but then say Steph doesn't because of his team record is nasty work. Curry makes me want to watch basketball. Perk makes me not want to watch ESPN. The All-Star Weekend needs to be Steph, especially hosted in San Francisco. But yeah, I don't know, bro. Yeah, I don't know. Of course, it's going to be rigged for Steph, but I don't know. Now, let's look into this Cooper Flag situation. Because it was a Cooper Flag, the Kid Shear. It was the Kid Shear. It was a Cooper Flag video, y'all, that I kind of wanted to get to. Let's see what he's talking
Coming into
about.
this year, Cooper Flag was looked at as the best NBA prospect in this draft class. Where at age 7.
What level of prospect is Cooper Flag to y'all? Is he like Wemby, LeBron? What is he like? Kyrie, Zion, Cade? What? How good of an NBA prospect is Cooper Flag in y'all opinion?
17, he already possesses earth-shattering potential, and despite his age, Flag is already looking really comfortable at the highest level of college basketball, where Duke is currently on a 12-game winning streak, and Cooper's been hooping throughout the process. Now, when diving into Flag's game, the first thing that stands out is his physical build. Standing at 6'8" with over 7-foot wingspan, Flag is one of the most dynamic athletes in the country, where on top of that size and length, he also possesses elite quick-twitch explosiveness. If Flag catches the ball with any space around the basket, those physical tools
He
are
moved
going to
way
be
better than
overwhelming.
Ace Bailey.
We'll see him
I'm
here
just
cut
saying.
into open space from the top of the key, and as he catches and charges up, none of these defenders in the paint want that smoke. And athletically, Cooper also has great speed and control in the open court, where not only can he explode and overwhelm the backpedaling defense, he also has really good coordination and control on the floor.
Bro, my comp for Cooper Flag real quick. It's like a mix between Andre Iguodala and Kawhi Leonard. He got shades of Kawhi and he got shades of Iguodala in his game. I really like Cooper Flag as a winning piece, bro. Y'all let me know how y'all feel about Cooper Flag.
This is a really nice high pickup here in stride, and with his momentum pulling him downhill, Cooper still has the stability to pop up for this finish. Now, as a player, Flag is much more than just a freak athlete. On the perimeter, I think he's also showing really promising
Honestly, he might be
signs
a
as
Gordon
slasher.
Hayward
He may not
2.0
have
with
a
more
super creative
athleticism.
game off the bounce,
He not
but
as
he
good as
does
true
have
as
both
Hayward
the
yet,
sneaky
though.
for Steph,
He's better than
while
Gordon
being
Hayward, I'm
really
sorry.
good at reading the defense
sorry,
and
RC.
making efficient moves. I like the footwork here, where Cooper first pounds the ball and lifts up his eyes, to then attack the defense's top foot with his push cross. And again, once he gets space in front of the rim, it's pretty much over. And like we saw with this game in transition, Flag has really good control when attacking downhill, and this opens the door for him to hit some pretty dynamic moves in traffic. He's first going to turn the corner off the screen to his left, to then hit the spin move back towards the middle. And that balance also carries over
He's so
to Flag's
fluid
finishing
at
on the
that
basket.
height, bro.
Watch him
He's
here
so
get this blow by
fluid,
to his
bro.
right, to then gather and explode off 2 feet. And while elevating, Flag's got the control to attack the defense's body and muscle up this finish. And this leads us
I
to
don't think he
Cooper's
already
most
better than
underrated physical
Hayward,
element,
but that
which is gonna
potential
be
is
his
higher
strength.
than Hayward.
With the ball,
Like,
Cooper is not
he's not far
afraid
from
of
Gordon
initiating
Hayward right
contact.
now.
And many of his drives stem from him simply attacking through the defense's frame.
I know he ain't hit
and
the league
bumping
yet,
his
so
way
it
into
sounds crazy,
finishes.
but
And if Cooper has a mismatch in the mid to low post, there's absolutely no fat in his game.
Yeah, it
He's
got him.
just gonna
They say he's
initiate
6'8".
contact and bully his
He
way
used
to
to
the
be
basket.
6'9" until I
Now,
guess.
what I think is the
I don't
most
know.
impressive
They say he's
part about
6'8".
Flag's attacking
I
game
still
is
think
how
he's
patient
6'9".
he is.
He
For
big,
being
bro.
17 and playing on a big stage, it's pretty
And he's
crazy
17
how
years
calm
old,
Cooper
RC.
is in the fire. For example, if his initial
Look
drive
how-
gets walled
look how
off
quick
and he
he
picks up
is.
his
At
dribble,
6'8",
Flag
6'9".
still has the presence of mind to use his pivots to create scoring angles. And there may not be a whole lot of flash to these moves, but they're still very effective. And when you pair that patience and footwork, along with Cooper's elite strength and explosiveness, that makes him a really dynamic scorer from these in-between spots. Having both the
look at his
strength to bump his
agility.
way into space, plus the pivot game to work his way into buckets. The footwork here is elite, where Cooper's first going to catch, then reverse pivot to square up. And from here, he's going to rip towards the middle, to then spin into contact and elevate up towards the rim. When playing with his back to the basket, I also think Cooper has a really good feel of angles and leverage, being able to feel the defense's weight and turn into buckets.
Whoa,
Notice on
wasn't that a
this play
travel?
how
That
Flag
looked
is going
like
to step his right
travelers.
foot down to then initiate contact with that shoulder. And when he feels this defender aggressively leaning into him, Flag's got the balance to turn back towards the middle. Now, Cooper's scoring also extends outside of the paint, where he's showing very promising signs as a mid-range scorer. Mechanically, Cooper's got great lift into his jumper, both having an old school jump shot, while also having a high release point. That by itself is enough for him to generate these looks over heavy contests.
Bro,
We'll
his
see him
jumper
here
looks-
catch rip
it
towards the
looks
middle.
so
And with the
fluid
paint
and
being
pretty, bro.
crowded, Cooper can simply stop on two to then turn and elevate into his
You
jumper.
see, this the
I
Kawhi
also think
aspect.
Cooper's got
The mid-range
really clean
game, it
mechanics when
reminds me
shooting
of
off the
Kawhi.
dribble, always being on balance and getting the ball from his pickup to set point with no wasted movement.
Look
This
at that. That's Kawhi like, bro. Bro, a good comp for him is Kawhi mixed with Andre Iguodala. He go affect the game like those guys. He could probably be a number one option or at least a number two, but then he's gonna be the best defensive player like Iguodala.
This is a nice rocker step here, where Cooper brings the ball across his frame and transfers his weight to his outside foot, to then take one aggressive dribble to his right and pick up for an efficient left-right jumper. And Cooper's still
Jason Tatum is a better 3-point shooter than Cooper Flag. Cooper Flag's a better mid-range guy. That's why I say Kawhi. And his two-way ability. I say Kawhi.
ability and control with the ball also allows him to stop and create space for his pull-ups.
Look
The
at
balance here
these.
is
Look
pretty
at
tough,
this. Look
where
at this
Flag
mid-range
whips to
game.
his left,
At
then
17,
slams the
at
brakes going
Duke,
behind
number
the
one
back.
option.
And
Top
again,
5 team
once
in
he
the
has that
world.
space,
Well, the
Cooper's getting into his pull-up with no wasted movement. This play here kind of reminds me of Brandon Ingram or Kevin Durant, where Cooper's again playing in the mid-post, and he works his way across the paint to then lift up and over the defense for the soft jumper. So while Flag does have a pretty well-developed mid-range game, his numbers from these spots are pretty low. So far this year, Cooper is shooting under 35% on all his in-between jumpers. And while this is a pretty small sample size, I'm still not sure if the juice is worth the squeeze. Like we've gone over, Flag has the build to be one of, if not the best slasher in the country. And him settling for these pull-ups can't take away from that. Take this play for example. Flag is working off this screen with the ball side corner empty. From this spot, it's just him and this big playing one-on-one. And instead of breaking him down and getting to the rim, Cooper settles for this contested pull-up.
Yeah, Coop should have blew
But
by
again,
him. He's
Flag's
17
game is
though.
still developing, so it's possible that his numbers could climb up. But right now, it's pretty safe to say that Flag does his most efficient work attacking the basket. Now, the next part of Cooper's game that we have to go over is his three-point shooting. So far this year, I'd say Cooper's been a decent shooter from behind the line.
And it looks
if he
fluid.
catches in rhythm with his feet set, he's a pretty consistent shot maker. And what I really love about these looks is that Flag never really forces them. Most of these
See,
shots
it looks
just
so
come from
fluid.
the defense
At
giving him
17,
space on
he's
the
very
ground.
polished, bro.
And Flag being able to shoot in the mid-30s from 3 is more than enough to get respect from the defense, which then opens up that attacking game. Notice on this play how aggressively his man is closing out, giving Cooper this easy rip to the basket. Off the ball, I also think Flag has a good feel of spacing, being able to read the ball and where the defense is shifting. We'll see the ball here get driven towards the block. And notice how Flag on the weak side relocates all the way over
at 17. He's doing all this at 17, y'all.
So when you combine that movement and shot making, along with Cooper's elite physical tools, that also gives him a really good scoring punch off the ball. First, Flag does a ton of damage as a cutter.
What
He's
bad
got a
team
good feel
you
of
think
moving
fits
to open
him
space
best?
and getting these easy catch and finishes. Plus, Duke can also use him as
Anywhere
a screen, both
they
being
got
able to
legit
get his
scorers,
teammates open
bro.
looks and dive
Like,
towards the basket.
I don't like
And
Utah
because
for
Flag
him,
is an inside-out scoring threat,
but he probably
Duke
gonna end up
can
in
also
Utah.
run him through a
I would
variety
have
of
loved
off-ball
him in San
actions.
Antonio.
One of their go-to
San
sets is
Antonio,
putting Cooper on the opposite block and giving
Brooklyn,
him
go to
both
Brooklyn.
the
Go play with
pin down
Cam
and
Thomas.
cross screen to work off. And
Go to
from
Brooklyn.
this spot, he can both blast out to the perimeter or use this cross screen to catch on the block. Now, because Cooper is a real 3-level scoring threat, that naturally pulls heavy attention from the defense, which then opens up his playmaking. And while I wouldn't say Flag
this
is
the
a super
best part of
advanced
his
passer right
game.
now, he's
This the bro. People say he's not super advanced, bro. He's a great passer for a 17-year-old, 6'8", 6'9"
plays
wing.
very unselfish. Plus, his pace gives him more time to read the floor, making it easier for him to pick apart rotations. We'll see him here catch in the mid post and watch him turn and face up. And from this spot, he can easily read the help defense shifting across the paint, opening up the skip pass. And Cooper's also getting better at anticipating the defense's shifts. We'll see him here catch on the short roll. And as soon as the back line rotates up, he automatically has his lob at the rim. But now look at this play, where Cooper reads the defense staying glued on the spig, so in response, he's going to take one aggressive dribble downhill to pull the spig out of the paint.
Look underneath.
So for being just 17, I think Flag is on his way to being an elite playmaker. Going forward, it all pretty much comes down to reps and experience. And if he can really develop that next level basketball feel, that's going to be scary at the next level.
I think he
Now,
got a good
one
enough
area
feel
of
right now.
improvement I
He's
do
gonna
see for
automatically
Flag
develop.
right now is going to be his turnovers. Again, with the ball, I don't think Flag has a super shifty handle, and he does get himself into trouble dribbling into traffic. And because Cooper's a lengthy 6'8" ball handler, short and aggressive defenders commonly give him
I think
fits.
the ball
And
head
right
ain't
now,
gonna come
I
around,
don't think
bro.
Flag has the game to isolate against shorter guards. It either leads to him dribbling into crowds or outright committing a live ball turnover. But off the dribble, I do think Cooper has a solid foundation to build on. If he can add more depth to his game off the dribble, get better at protecting the ball, and read when and where to attack, that's just going to feed into every part of his game. So right now, I think Cooper Flag is both really good, while also having a ton of potential. He can generate offense at all 3 levels. He's got good instincts for
And he's
cutting
a
and moving off
dog.
the ball. Plus his playmaking keeps looking better week after week. I think if Cooper tightens up his handle and becomes a more consistent outside shooter, he's going to be a real problem at the next level. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. And let me know in the comments who the kid should break down next. The kid's here.
And he's a dog, bro. You can't underestimate Cooper Flag and him being a dog. Let's see. Let's look at some Bleacher Report, because I think let's look at some NBA. Let's look at some NBA articles, because I did want to see, because they did do. Oh, they got the trade grades. Grading the blockbuster 3-team De'Aaron Fox trade between the Bulls. So, okay. So, full trade details. Chicago got Zach Collins, Kevin Huerter, Trey Jones, and a 25 first. Wait, hold on. Do y'all see this? Do y'all see what they got? Let me see. Bro, So it was a 3-team trade. It was a 3-team trade between the Bulls, the Kings, and the Spurs. The Bulls got Zach Collins, Kevin Herter, Trey Jones, their own 25 first round pick. Whoa. Sacramento got City Sissoko, Zach LaVine, Charlotte's 25 first rounder. Chicago second, San Antonio's 27 first, Denver's 28 second, Minnesota's 31 first. Sacramento low key got a better haul for De'Aaron Fox than we got for Luka Doncic. They got a better haul for Fox than we got for Luka. San Antonio got De'Aaron Fox and Jordan McLaughlin. So San Antonio only gave up Zach Collins, Trey Jones, and some picks. Oh, and City Sissoko. So, man. Yeah, RC. The Bulls stay getting robbed, fam. The Bulls literally got Zach Collins, Kevin Herter, Trey Jones, and they own first round pick for Zach LaVine. What was Zach LaVine averaging? Zach LaVine was averaging like 24 games. So, of course, they gave Chicago a C. So they lost a second round pick from Sacramento. They lost Zach LaVine. They got Zach Collins, Kevin Herter, Trey Jones, and they own first round pick. That's crazy. He say, go Spurs, go. Hey, nah, Spurs definitely came up for sure. Spurs came up for sure, bro. Spurs, hey, and y'all didn't give up no young pieces. Spurs didn't have to give up no young pieces at all. So I would say go Spurs, go too. Because now, what's that starting lineup look like for the Spurs? Tell me your starting lineup. Okay, so yeah, they got a C. They only got Zach Collins, Kevin Herter, Trey Jones, and they own first round pick. That's absolutely disgusting. I guess you could say that what is they deals looking like? The Bulls will save about $10 million on salary, and they got out of LaVine's entire contract. I guess they just want to get out the contract. Sacramento got a D? Bro, I like Keldon Johnson. I don't know if I'm just it's only the games that I catch of the Spurs because I'm a Mavericks fan. But every time I watch Keldon Johnson, he's impressive, bro. Who did the Spurs just play somebody in Keldon Johnson? Oh, they just played the Bucks. Keldon Johnson looked real good against the Bucks, bro. Sacramento got a D? Y'all agree with Sacramento getting a D? I don't think Sacramento deserves a D. So Sacramento, and they got LaVine, Sissoko, Charlotte's 25 first, lottery protected. They got Chicago's second round pick, San Antonio's 27 first round pick, Denver's second round pick in 28, top 33 protected, a 28 second round pick, and Minnesota's 31 first. I don't hate it. De'Aaron Fox with Zach LaVine is damn near good value. I don't hate it, bro. Yeah, keeping Vassell, Sohan, and Castle, that was a major W, bro. I don't even see how you can't ask for one of them dudes. But for the Kings, you got in Zach LaVine and picks. That's as good as you can ask for, because now you can trade picks and Zach LaVine and or DeMar DeRozan. Like, you can really do whatever you want for the Kings. Yeah. So, but again, y'all think the Kings deserve a D? Y'all see that? Can y'all explain to me how Chicago got a C and how Sacramento gets a D? I don't get that. I don't get it. Spurs got an A minus. Sacramento got Wiley, volume shooter, and now ain't got no point guard. Shake my head. They just signed Devin Carter. Well, they drafted Devin Carter. He should be a point guard. San Antonio Spurs got an A minus. So in De'Aaron Fox and McLaughlin, out Zach Collins, Sissoko, Trey, and then all these picks. Yeah, I mean, I like it, bro. I like it. I like the pick. I like everything that San Antonio did, bro. So let me see. Spurs trade. So,
All right, a happy Sunday evening. Greetings from Los Angeles. I can actually hear the music coming out of the, what's it called? Crypto.com Arena, home of the Grammys on a Sunday night. Hopefully everyone is good. I am not well rested. I flew out here and I am like on 3 hours sleep and I look like crap, but all is good otherwise. So we've got a trade deadline week. De'Aaron Fox finally finds a new home in San Antonio. Zach LaVine goes to Sacramento. Package of players: Zach Collins, Trey Jones, Kevin Huerter to Chicago. We will go through the semantics of the trade.
y'all think the Spurs can make the playoffs this year? Let me know in the comments if y'all think the Spurs can make the playoffs this year. I think they should get a 7th or 8th seed now.
I don't do who wins, who losses. I don't give grades. I'm not a huge fan of that. Let's start a little bit with let's go with San Antonio. We'll go Sac, and then we'll kind of finish up with Chicago. Listen, San Antonio. I went on TV and I said, this is what I would want if I was Sacramento. Stephon Castle and Keldon Johnson, neither of those players are involved. Certainly Sacramento prioritized the pick package. I give San Antonio a lot of credit based on showing restraint. The hardest thing to do at the deadline is showing restraint, especially for a player that wants to be there in De'Aaron Fox. And you have all these draft picks already to basically say, like, here, take what we want. I give the Spurs a lot of credit in this deal to basically get De'Aaron Fox, not touch any of your core players, and still have enough draft assets.
I think that's the biggest thing for me. You kept Sohan, you kept Vassell, you kept Keldon Johnson. You literally didn't give up no young player that you play on a regular basis.
That's involved going forward where you are. Fox has 2 years left on his contract. I'm just gonna read, just go on my phone here because I don't have
Spurs maybe.
I don't have a second screen because I'm in my hotel room.
How you doubt it?
Hold on one second. Fox has 2 years left on his contract, 34-8.
How you doubt it?
37.
Names the 7 teams better than the Spurs.
He is renegotiation eligible this offseason.
In the
We wrote
West.
about it. If the Spurs have cap space, they can bump up his contract to 46 and then extend him out for 4 years, $229 million. I would certainly pay attention as far as for that.
Okay,
upcoming summer.
He getting in too much into the weeds when it comes. I don't give a damn about the contracts for real. Let me read these comments. Sacramento Kings are low key hilarious. They saw Levine and DeRozan play in Chicago for 3 years and reunited that duo in the wild West. Jimmy Butler right now. A De'Aaron Fox and Wemby duo would be a sight to see. Spurs did great here. Yeah. Let's see what they got to say on.
Sources telling Arsham Charania that Fox is headed to his preferred destination of San Antonio in a 3-team trade that also sends Zach LaVine.
No way
to Sacramento.
ever.
Now, Fox has 1 year remaining on his
Bo
deal, and after not
agrees to
showing
get rid of
any interest in
Luka.
signing a
They were in the
long-term contract with
finals
the
last
Kings,
year.
the team decided to open up trade talks.
Nah,
last week.
facts.
So
Getting
here's
rid
a
of
look at the
Luka
full
was
trade,
fucking
and the
ridiculous.
benefits of each team are such. The Spurs obviously pair Fox with Wemby for likely the foreseeable future. Sacramento gets a really good return in LaVine and 6 total draft picks, 3 firsts, 3 seconds, including Charlotte's first this year. And then the Bulls, well, they get back a handful of players and their own 2025 first-round pick they traded to San Antonio.
Yeah, the Mavericks are cooked, bro.
All right, so ESPN
Texas
NBA
Pops,
analyst Sinead
Mavericks are
joins us
cooked.
now here
man.
on SportsCenter for some
The
perspective.
worst team in Texas
Look,
now
you put
going
De'Aaron
forward,
Fox and
in
Victor
my
Wembanyama
opinion.
on paper, it makes a lot of sense. But what about the actual fit there, Sinead? Not only short-term, but especially long-term.
The fit is pretty fabulous because on paper, statistically already, this looks like the best pick-and-roll team in basketball, getting De'Aaron Fox. Now, when you think about screens, the points per screen when it comes to players, De'Aaron Fox is number 6 in the NBA. Victor Wembanyama is number 2. And you know what? The irony is number 1 on that list is Chris Paul. So they have 3 of the top pick-and-rollers in basketball. But as it pertains to D. Fox, he is 27 years old. He averages
boy say
25,
ESPN
6,
is
and 5.
gaslighting.
And he really has experience playing alongside
What you
a
mean
talented
they
big, as you saw
gaslighting,
on those
bro?
highlights with Domantas Sabonis. Right now, you're seeing 2 things that Victor Wembanyama can pull. He is a destination, and 2, the build towards the San Antonio Spurs becoming a contender is happening right now before our eyes.
I also feel like my little brain can't handle all of this right now because, like, I'm still trying to come to grips with what happened Saturday in the NBA. The Mavericks just traded away Luka Doncic to the Lakers in exchange for Anthony Davis. And here's the thing. Did anyone know it was coming?
No.
Apparently only the people who were negotiating the deal, which started to come together over the last month. And the Mavericks basically felt like this was the move that defended.
Bro, quit reminding reminded me of the Mavericks trade. God damn, I'm trying to listen to the Fox trade. Y'all reminded me of the damn Mavericks trade, bro. I'm hurt enough. God damn.
Put them in a better position to win a championship. More from you in a second, but first let's hear from Tim McMahon.
Luka never leaves the
transaction
Mavs.
shocked
Yeah.
the league like this.
Nah,
Klay
facts. He
Thompson
should never
suggested it
live,
was when
bro.
LeBron James took his talent to South Beach. But Thompson noted, obviously that was on his own accord. Luka Doncic, a superstar still approaching his prime, wanted to spend his entire career in Dallas. But Mavs GM Nico Harrison
Yeah.
pulled off a trade.
LA
for
trading
package
Kobe,
by Anthony
bro. That's
Davis
exactly what it was
without
like.
opening up the bidding to
That
any other
was
teams.
terrible.
We'll have to wait to hear Kyrie Irving's thoughts. He didn't speak to the media after sitting out Sunday's blowout loss. Other Mavs players kept their comments on the trade brief and innocuous. They expressed well wishes to Luka and welcomed AD. As Thompson put it, it's the nature of the business. You have to be professional about all things in front of you. In Cleveland, Tim McMahon, ESPN.
I also think it's a really solid reminder that we're all replaceable.
True that.
All of us. But okay, let's take a look at the situation for Luka. How can he find success with the Lakers?
First of all, Luka Doncic is so talented, he could find success on any team. But this is Los Angeles. What's crazy, and the irony here, is that we think about Los Angeles being Showtime. We've got Magic Johnson. Now we've got the 2.0 version with Luka Magic. And what I love about this pick and this acquisition here through trade is the fact that Luka is someone that can really help LeBron James. We all know LeBron James is 40 years old, and he just had an amazing game in the Garden, going for a triple-double. That was his highest usage game in the NBA so far. Now you bring in Luka Doncic, who, by the way, is third in NBA history in points per game at around 29. Now you have a crazy scorer, passer, and someone to take the load off of LeBron James' shoulder. But most importantly, this is about the future. So when you think about Luka and the Los Angeles Lakers, it's about
NBA players with 10,000 points, 3,000 rebounds, and 3,000 assists. Jokic, Luka, and LeBron. Bro, as a guy from Dallas, bro, I'm absolutely disgusted, man. I'm disgusted.
the long term and having a star in this city for the years to come.
I know Houdini has made like a little say, bro, have y'all seen Khalil Ware? I would watch the whole thing. I want to see some Khalil Ware. Like, bro, Khalil Ware has been hooping.
Introducing the Godwin GOAT. If you're looking for a durable, high-quality indoor basketball that looks good and feels good,
Denver
check out the
is the loser in all of
We
this.
also have pads,
They missed a
ball-handling
prime
gloves, and shooting
opportunity.
aids. For limited
Who
time,
they
check out
miss?
the GOAT
Who did
for
Denver
$20
miss?
with discount code
RC,
GOAT
who Denver miss?
Yeah, fitting in nicely at 6'7". Takes almost 7 threes a game, second most on her team.
Look out below. Jovic with a sky-high lob, and Khalil Ware doing what was a terrific player there, averaging 16 points a game this year. Duncan probing and finishing off the glass. It's sort of business as usual, but clearly they're missing the day-to-day influence of
Bro,
a legendary and iconic.
Is Khalil Ware?
Young guy, he's 36 years old.
Can Khalil Ware and Bam Adebayo work in the front court going forward? 'Cause I low-key like their front court
that
now.
opportunity, and he seems to be thriving.
Khalil Ware. That's a kaboom from right above the
Low-key
rim.
like Khalil Ware and Bam.
Again, Bam with this matchup against Harrison Barnes. Outside for Ware for three. Yes. Heat down by 3. Rozier on a keeper. Ware on a smash back. Oh, Khalil Ware has been smashing. Member of last year's national championship team with the University of
Denver should have packaged either Jamal Murray, either Gordon, or Porter Jr. plus picks for Luka, bro. Don't say, Luka and Jokic, nah. I'm sorry. Luka and Jokic is not
2 touchdown lead
ideal.
on a Sunday. Sounds right. Ware, nice pass for Bam. Oh, yes.
I ain't gonna lie, nah, I don't like Luka and Jokic.
Kelvin Johnson rejected by Khalil
Unless you
Ware.
just had super defenders all around them.
Spinning down the lane. Gets it back. Wemby in his rear view. And Ware able to put some air under that hook shot.
Oh, my.
Khalil Ware looked like he was killing Wemby, bro.
17 points, 3 of 4 from 3. The steal, the lead, and the slam.
Bro, Khalil Ware, bro. Khalil Ware looked like he was dominating Wemby, bro.
Jokic slamming Ware.
Crazy.
Jokic put it in the sky again, and Khalil Ware working on an 18.6 rebound, 6 assist day. Ware, on the catch and finish. Caught an air ball, put it down.
This is random, but what y'all talking about?
NBA players and their off-court relationships are often the stuff of headlines, creating a mix of romance, drama, and
NBA players
intrigue.
who dated
From
gorgeous
superstar
celebrities.
basketball players dating global icons to matchups that might make Hollywood jealous. The intersections between the NBA and celebrity culture have given us some unforgettable moments. Today we're diving into the most interesting NBA celebrity relationships, from glamorous supermodels to international pop stars, exploring the ups, the downs, and everything
Dallas
in
could have got a
between.
better package.
Let's
than they
take a
got
look
back,
at
though.
how the world
Oh no, Dallas should have got way more for Luka
over the years.
They should have got way more,
Devin
bro.
Booker and Kendall
That package
Jenner.
was terrible.
Devin Booker and Kendall Jenner were once the perfect mix of NBA stardom and global celebrity appeal. Their romance began in 2020 with Kendall often spotted outside at Phoenix Suns games,
Devin Booker had Kendall
proudly
Jenner?
supporting Devin and even connecting with his family. For 2 years, they seemed like a strong and stylish couple, but their relationship came to an end in 2022, leaving fans surprised.
Oh, she knew
However,
bro wasn't
just
finna get
last
that
week,
chip.
the two were seen sharing a cozy dinner in Malibu, California,
Oh.
sparking fresh rumors of a possible rekindling. Could this unexpected reunion mean they're giving their relationship another shot? While nothing is confirmed, fans are already buzzing, hoping this power duo might be back together. J.R.
That
Smith
shit's
and
so
Rihanna.
weird.
In
Who cares
2013,
who these
J.R.
people
Smith
with?
and the
J.R.
global
Smith was
music
with
icon
Rihanna?
Rihanna sparked rumors of a brief romance that captured everyone's attention. The two were seen partying together in New York during the NBA playoffs, which led to a lot of speculation. Things got even more interesting when Rihanna herself joined the
I did not know
conversation,
J.R. Smith was messing
humorously
with Rihanna,
commenting
bro.
on Instagram, referring to JR as desert thirsty, and joking that his
Oh no, that's the classic IG background right there.
performance might have been linked to hangovers. While Rihanna and A$AP Rocky celebrate life as parents of two, J.R. Smith has sparked controversy, welcoming a baby boy with actress
didn't A$AP
Candace
just shoot
Patton
somebody?
while still married to Jewel Harris. Tony Parker and Eva Longoria. Tony Parker and Eva Longoria were one of the most glamorous celebrity couples of the mid-2000s. They met in 2004
Oh,
and
man.
were married
Tony
in
Parker did Eva
2007
Longoria so
in a
dirty.
lavish French wedding. Eva, who was a star on the hit TV show Desperate Housewives, and Tony, an NBA champion with the San Antonio Spurs, made a splash at red carpet events and courtside at games. They seemed like the
Parker did
perfect
her so
match,
dirty,
and their
bro.
relationship was highly publicized. However, despite their fairy tale romance, the two quietly parted ways in 2010. While Eva Longoria is happily married to film producer Jose Baston, her ex-husband Tony Parker faced another setback when his relationship with journalist Axel Francine ended in divorce in 2020. Klay Thompson and Laura Harrier. Klay Thompson, now playing for the Dallas Mavericks, has had his share of high-profile relationships. Before dating actress Laura Harrier, Klay was involved with social media influencer Hannah Stocking. Klay and Laura first met in 2018 at a friend's wedding, where they were seen spending time together, sparking rumors of a romantic connection. Despite keeping their relationship relatively private, their
I know
chemistry was
Klay
apparent,
Thompson, but
and they
I don't
attended
even know
events
who that
together.
is, bro. I
Though
ain't
their
gonna lie to
romance
you.
didn't
I do
last,
not
it
know
remains
who-
one of the more
She look good,
memorable
though.
NBA Hollywood
She
pairings in
looks
recent
good.
years. While Klay Thompson remains single, his ex-girlfriend Laura Harrier got engaged to French businessman Sam Giroux in 2022. Nick Young and Iggy Azalea.
Oh, the Nick Young,
Nick Young and
Iggy.
Iggy Azalea were one of the
Nick
most
Young
talked
and
about
Iggy,
couples in the
bro.
mid-2010s. They began dating in 2013, and by 2015, they were engaged. Their relationship was marked by public appearances and high energy, with Iggy even showing up at several of Nick's games. However, their whirlwind romance ended in 2016 after rumors of infidelity
She
surfaced.
looks funny, though.
Despite the breakup, both Nick and Iggy have continued
Iggy
to
Azalea
focus on
always
their
look funny
respective
to me.
careers. Nick Young recently welcomed his second child with his high school sweetheart, Kiona Green. Meanwhile, Iggy Azalea has continued to extend her dating history with top celebs like Jimmy Butler, A$AP Rocky, Tyga, DeAndre Hopkins, OBJ, and Michael B. Jordan.
Dang, she said
Before we
extends her
dive into
dating
more
history.
fascinating NBA and celebrity relationships, don't forget to hit that subscribe button below. That way, you'll never miss out on exciting stories like these. We've got so much more coming your way. Karl Anthony Towns and Jordan Wood. Since they began dating in May 2020, Karl Anthony Towns and Jordan Woods have become one of the most supportive and celebrated NBA celebrity couples. They made their relationship public on Instagram in September 2020, and soon after purchasing a $14 million home together in Los Angeles, Jordan, who has built a successful career as a model, entrepreneur, and social media personality, wrote a song for Karl called Be With You. Their relationship highlights the power of mutual support and genuine chemistry, and it's clear that their love has only grown stronger over time. Joel Embiid and Anna DiPaula. Joel Embiid, the superstar center for the Philadelphia 76ers, is married to Anna DiPaula, a Brazilian model known for her successful career in the fashion industry. They first met in 2018, and their relationship quickly blossomed. Anna became a frequent presence at Joel's games, offering unwavering support and love from the sidelines. Their bond grew over time, and in a beautiful moment, the couple tied the knot, marking a significant milestone in their love story. Today, their marriage is celebrated as one of the most admired NBA celebrity unions, characterized by mutual respect, support, and affection. Chris Webber and Tyra Banks. Chris Webber and Tyra Banks were a standout couple in the early 2000s. Chris, known for his time with the Sacramento Kings, and Tyra, a legendary supermodel and television personality, quickly became a hot topic. They began dating in 2022, and their chemistry was apparent, often seen at high-profile events and NBA games.
Chris Webber always kind of came off like he had
the relationship ended
face.
in 2004.
No offense to people
Chris
who had
Webber is
straight, but his
happily
face
enjoying
always
married life with Erica Dates,
crumpled up.
while Tyra Banks remains single. Kevin Durant and Lana Rhoades. In 2021, former adult star Lana Rhoades shared an intriguing story about a date she had with a Brooklyn Nets player, which many speculate was Kevin Durant. Lana revealed that after a game at the Barclays Center, the player invited her and her friends to a skybox, followed by dinner. But the evening took an unexpected turn when the player brought a backup date. Though Lana didn't explicitly name the player, all signs pointed to Kevin Durant, the only Libra on the Nets roster. She described the date as boring, and despite the awkwardness, Lana Rhoades is currently in a relationship with YouTuber Mike Majlak, while rumors have recently linked KD to Atlanta Dream basketball player Ryan Howard. Jimmy Butler and Shakira. Rumors of a romance between NBA star Jimmy Butler and the global music icon Shakira began circulating in mid-2023. Shakira was spotted cheering for Jimmy Butler at Miami Heat games and spending time with him in London. Despite the buzz, Jimmy Butler denied the relationship in an interview with Rolling Stone, saying that people tend to make things up. Shakira, who has 2 sons with her ex-partner Gerard Piqué, has been a longtime fan of Butler, and it was even reported that her children were big fans of the NBA star. Recently, the two even started following each other on social media, with Butler liking one of Shakira's Instagram performances. While Jimmy Butler's current relationship remains a secret, Shakira is dating another music artist, Chris Martin. From supermodels and music icons to high-profile athletes, the NBA and celebrity culture have often intertwined in fascinating and sometimes dramatic ways. These relationships have left a mark not just on the lives of the stars involved, but also on the public's imagination.
Man, that shit ain't did nothing for us. Okay.
How's it feel right
Look
now?
at the Ernst's top 5 moments.
You can rest later. You're young.
I need a recovery beer.
I'm fast.
Damn, I'ma miss you, dog. I'ma miss you, bro.
Luka! We're twins! We're twins!
And Luka will be the series 351 games as of tonight.
Knocking
Damn,
down
I'ma miss
shots.
this dude.
We were open shots, so just our sharing the ball and our energy was great.
What do you think? Okay. Okay, moving on.
Man, I'ma miss my boy, man.
hope that's not live.
Luka, we
How's it
gonna
feel
miss
right
you,
now?
dog.
I'm tired as hell.
Luka, we gonna miss you, dog. Damn, bro. Now I got, man. Man, what this motherfucker
I'd like
got
to
say?
give Rob Pelinka a lot of credit. You know, trades, you guys have been around here. Trades don't happen at the smallest level without stuff getting out. And Rob and I were able to have, you know, really intense conversations over the course of, you know, 3 or 4 weeks that started out as a coffee that, you know, was more, hey, would you ever, I don't know, would I? Let me think of, you know, and then it built upon that. And, you know, we kept it between us. We had to keep it tight. J Kidd didn't know about it, but J Kidd and I are aligned, and we talk about archetypes, and we talk about the culture that we want to create. So I know the type of players that he likes without actually talking to him. Hey, would you like, you know? So I know that, and J Kidd coached them when they won a championship. So I think when you're aligned with your coach like that, I know the type of players that he likes, and so I felt good about it making sense to where we're trying to go. I'd like to give Rob.
Man, this is crazy, bro. I'm trying to get over it, bro. I'm really trying to get over the Luka trade. I'm trying to, but this is crazy, bro. I did hear Ben Simmons reflected it on his time. Reflect. I did hear Ben Simmons reflected on his time with Philly. Let's see what he's talking about.
I think it's interesting. I mean, you've talked about this publicly. We've talked about it all the time. But like when Cam went from Phoenix, when Cam and Mikal went from Phoenix to Brooklyn, that was a family. That was a family. And It was a family in Phoenix. And then, you know, it's Kevin Durant. Like you're gonna do what you got to do. Yeah, it is what it is. But at the same point, it's like you're ripped out of your one day. Yeah, you're there. The next day, you're ripped out of your family. And so it feels like some of the, even when you guys are both sort of talking about the having people understand the business side of things more, some of the nice things, even about doing things like this and doing these conversations, is understanding like it's a business on both ends. And so if that's going to happen to you, sometimes you got to wake up one day and be like, I got to bounce.
I got to go.
You know, I got to bounce. And I think that is a thing that you can't expect. That you can't expect just one side to play by certain rules and the other side not to.
Yeah, like that's something that people don't really take into account. Like people watch trade season. Let's call it trade season. Where
Whoa. Did y'all know Cam Johnson talk like this? I did not know Cam Johnson talk like this. He seemed, I don't know. It seemed like he would have had a different voice. It sounds weird probably, but I thought he would just have a different voice.
Are going down, like they grab their popcorn, like where's such and such going? Like they mock trade everything to the moon and back.
While we're sitting here, like,
and it's just
looking
like,
at our phone.
and it's just like I don't think they fully realize that like you're playing with our lives. Like you're moving us from one side of the country to another. We have our own families, we have our own lives, we have our own setups, our people that we're comfortable with around us. Like the NBA does, you know, I guess you could say pay us well enough to deal with these sorts of problems, but they're still like,
yes, they do. So we don't feel bad for you, nigga.
Isn't just, you know, your stressors, your issues.
Human. It's human to
you're human. You're gonna feel those things. So it's just really funny to us. We talk about this in the locker room. Is like people really like they don't really understand what comes along with being traded. Like your whole life.
How much has Ben Simmons played for the Nets this year? Real question. I feel like I have not heard from Ben Simmons or heard about Ben Simmons this year.
You get a whole new team. You're just expected to go wear a new jersey 2 days later, 3 days later, and figure everything out on the fly.
I've never experienced it because I drove like an hour and a half to
it's
Brooklyn.
like,
So
I'm
I was
moving
like,
up the road.
oh, okay, down the road. All right, here we go. But yeah, it's a lot. We deal with a lot. We get paid well, yeah. But as humans, it's a lot. It's toll.
Yeah.
I was going to ask you about your perspective because you just have become a sort of much more introspective. I mean, you've always been this way to a certain extent, but I would say, you know, everybody in your life would agree that you think about a lot of things going back to, you know, your high school and college days differently, probably now with time and with age. And so when you look back at Philly, you're close with Joe. You guys, you have a good relationship, but as you look at the sort of like experience overall now, as you're sort of, reaching these different stages of your career,
Bro,
what are the things
get
you
it
kind of
out.
think about if you were
He
to
beating
put like
around
a
the
capsule
bush.
on it?
In terms of what?
Your positives from the experience.
Yeah, your summary of findings.
Yeah, the things you would have done differently.
Like for me, going to a city like Philadelphia was like I'm from Melbourne, Australia. Went to Louisiana, like completely different places. I was like the fans. Like I didn't appreciate the fans enough. Like the fans of Philadelphia are incredible. Like
And
you always want to play for a team that has a good fan base, whether they're booing or whatever. You just want fans to care. You want the arena packed. So just having that experience in Philadelphia was amazing. Like I'm so grateful to have played there and got to experience the city of Philly and know what it feels like to, play for a team like Philly and playing a winning team. Like winning in Philly is different, like there's no place like it.
I was at those games.
That
place was
it's just
good
insane.
teams.
Like,
It's good teams.
Yeah.
Like championship caliber teams.
Yeah, we had like
Bro said a whole bunch of nothing.
We had a chance to win a chip. So I think I'm just grateful to have that experience and know what it's like to, be a part of an organization in a city like Philadelphia. And then just taking that and trying to apply it to, Brooklyn, where I'm at now, and just embracing what it is now and knowing it's not Philadelphia, but, we're here for a reason and we're trying to do everything we can to make an impact and, win games and build Brooklyn up.
Yeah. Yeah.
Man, stop that shit, man. Ben Simmons is the first NBA player to work from home. These comments gonna be crazy, bro. As someone who's had multiple back surgeries and never regained my athleticism, I always root for Ben Simmons. I just really hope he's been honest about the back issues. Not just the fans, like, you don't appreciate the game enough. This is why you don't give idiots a lot of money. Damn. I'm fourth generation military. I moved 12 times in my life. My most recent move was from Phoenix to Vancouver, and I've only been to the country once. I feel how trades work. Man, you better stop it. We realize the trades are doing, we just do not care. If you paid me a tenth of Ben's contract for the rest of my living salary, you can move me across the world once a year. I do not care. That's funny. Okay, I mean, Ben Simmons, I don't know. I don't know. Ben Simmons, I don't think he'll ever get back on track. I ain't gonna lie. I'm not gonna cap. Okay, what else? What else been going on in sports? I did have a couple more topics to get to. Oh, Cade Cunningham. Where does Cade Cunningham? I seen this for Austin Rivers. He was talking about Cade Cunningham, ranking Cade Cunningham. So I did want to get to this.
Valid. Host Austin Rivers along with my co-host Pasha Hagigi. We are back.
What do y'all got Cade Cunningham
always,
ranked as
hope everybody's
number
doing
one
well,
overall
my guy.
pick?
What's on the menu today? What are we getting into?
We talked about him on the pod before, Cade Cunningham. I wanted to bring up the last
Stud.
two games. He's had double-digit turnovers.
He's a stud.
Right. Would you want to get another ball? They have no other creators or ball handlers
They
really
need
on their
everything.
team. But I'm saying specifically for him and his development, because I don't want him to have 10 turnovers in a game or anything like that. You want to develop bad habits and have it all on him, even though he's playing amazing this year. Do you think they should bring another ball handler? Like a Mike Conley type would be really good for a
you
guy
don't
like
have to
Cade
go
Cunningham.
get a star. Just go get someone who's already proven, whose value is a little bit less because he may be older, but he can still play.
Yeah.
Mike Conley wouldn't do nothing for the Pistons. I'm sorry.
So, that's why, even though he was even older at the time, that's why the Suns brought in Chris Paul.
Yeah.
That's why.
Or even when he was on the Thunder, what he did for Shea,
That's
I'm
what
sure.
Shea and even Schroeder, they had a plethora of guys who could dribble. They still needed something like that. Spurs brought him in. We need as much playmaking as we can get. So that's why they brought him in. But yeah, it's always okay to bring another ball handler, especially when you only have really one right now. Cade is so much better than what we all thought he was. He had a good rookie year last year.
Injured a lot, though, yeah.
Then he injured. He missed the first year. So people just kind of
And the story was about how bad Detroit was. It was never about Cade.
The team was so bad. He never got any attention. And then now they're winning some games. And we're seeing this guy oh, wait, he's not like a all-star.
Nah, Cade wasn't that good before this year. Let's just keep it a buck. Cade was not that good before this year. He was all right. This year, he's playing damn near amazing. And I was not the biggest fan of Cade. But we not going to sit here and act like before this year, Cade Cunningham was looking good. he was looking all right at best for no one overall pick.
Sorry, this guy could be a superstar.
Yeah.
This guy's like really good. So now I said the same thing with San Antonio. That cushion room for developing a team is now speeding up. Okay, we got a ball player. We gotta put something together. Because what happens is in a couple years, he's gonna be like, I'm out of here. So now you got to start tailoring some shit around this guy. We got to start putting some talent around Detroit. That'd be a team like if they got fucking Cooper. Unbelievable, putting him next to him. Like, that's what I want. I don't want him going to Utah and they don't have anybody else. I want Cade and Cooper, and then you got Duran and you got...
Bro, Cade and Cooper flag would be OD. Now I think about it, but Detroit is too damn good. So it's not even no point in thinking about this.
The Thompson twin flying around there. Now we got this athletic young team. Detroit's exciting to watch. Now we got some fans in the building.
Yeah.
That's what I want.
You said it best. Cade this year proved, he's one of those guys. Like, so
the playmaking can open his game. It's open his game.
I want to talk about like number one picks overall. Over the years, we know all of them. And Cade, I looked at as a certain kind of number one pick. Like, okay, that was a good pick. And now I'm looking at it a little differently. Like, okay, he's a stud. He was worthy of the number one pick.
Yeah.
When you line up all the number one picks, there's different classes, right? There's like your Blake Griffins and your Elton Brands. These guys were like, okay, these are really, really good. Going to probably be Hall of Fame guys or something like that. All-stars every year. Then you have like an Andrew Wiggins type that's like, he's good, but he wasn't, he's not like very, very good. He's somewhere in the middle. Your John Walls. Where would you line up Cooper in this mix? Would you say he's 100% going to be multi-all-star? Like, as far as number one picks go?
I think Cooper will be.
Yeah, RC, they took themselves out. Yeah.
I think he'll fit right in with the top
But
picks.
Detroit,
I think
it's about time they
I
start
don't think he's going to be a guy
winning,
that we look back at 6 years from now and be like, that's the best we got.
They just need to get them
what was Andrew
something,
Wiggins?
a piece.
Andrew Wiggins is number one
pick. Like, Andrew Wiggins is solid.
Like, would you feel, he's not a bust?
No, Andrew Wiggins isn't a bust.
Right, but he's not.
Absolutely not.
So he's like this middle ground, I would say, right?
He's in the middle ground. Andrew Wiggins is nowhere near a bust.
Right,
Come on,
absolutely.
man. That's just.
Bro, Andrew, are we forgetting Andrew Wiggins was the second best player on a championship team? And bro, he was the most important defensive player, and he was the second option. Andrew Wiggins was a 20-point per game scorer when he was with Minnesota. That team just was ass. Andrew Wiggins was a damn good number one overall pick. It just, he wasn't the greatest. I wouldn't even call him mid. I think he was a good number one overall pick.
I was saying that to make my point.
And that draft class was kind of garbage. I ain't gonna say garbage, but Jabari Parker and I forgot who else was in that draft, but it was all right.
But
he's in the middle ground. He was a good number one pick. He wasn't a great one.
What if the Lakers
you know what I mean? Like Zion
go get
Williams right now is a
Sabonis?
good one.
That defense would be
It's a
terrible.
tricky one.
Or
It's not
When he
tricky.
plays, he's so good.
Sabonis
but he's
is
not
good.
available.
That's
best
too much
skill you have
offense
is
at that
availability. So I
point.
don't really give a fuck what he
Sabonis-
could do when he
Oh,
plays. He don't
Lord.
play a lot, so I don't really give a shit. As of right now, if you had to grade, if you were a New Orleans GM, what has Zion done for the Pelicans right now? What would you grade him right now?
You would rather draft John Morant? Yeah.
It's not close.
Okay, so then
John Morant don't play
Okay,
either.
come on.
well, the NBA has.
Hold on, we got to stop this. We have to stop with the Zion don't play because John Morant don't play either, bro. John Morant don't play either. Stay in the same boat. John Morant feel like he'd have missed the last 12 ESPN TNT games.
If Zion plays, let me just make this clear because I don't want to put that out there. If Zion
He's
plays,
a number one pick talent.
he's a number one pick talent. If Zion played 75 games a year, we wouldn't be having this conversation.
No, we'd be talking about him as far as up there with the Blakes and
100%.
Yes.
This isn't a Zion slight thing. This is just an availability issue thing. So that's why I'm grading him a B-level number one pick. If he was available, Zion's a stud by any measure.
Anthony Davis is right up there with those big top guys too.
Anthony Davis,
Obviously, these
come
are.
on, man.
Well, I'm just trying to name the guys that are up here, and then there's some middle
Anthony
ground
Davis,
too.
John Wall.
Well, we had three. So we had Cade. We had Anthony Edwards, Cade, and Paolo, 3 in a row. 3 really good number one picks in a row. So the NBA was doing it.
Paolo's a stud. That's a superstar.
And yeah, Wembanyama.
Cade, Victor, and
Reese
Cade,
Shea
the
was a
worst
bad
one.
draft, but he looks like he might be able to turn into something.
Yes, he could. It's too early.
It's so
It's
early.
his first year, so like we're far from like judging.
No doubts
judging
yet.
him.
Yeah.
No
Nah,
doubts yet. But as
this
of right
this
now,
was the
he would
role
be in the
player
middle
draft
ground.
with Reese
Yeah.
Shea.
He's not a bad pick. He's not a bust. He's none of those things. But he's not what John Morant looked like coming out of his rookie year. Or he's not number one pick, but he's not like.
No one from that class is really right now. So
That's what I'm saying. You saw Anthony Edwards, you're like, wow. You know,
Right.
that's what number one looks like. You know what I mean? You saw like
Wait, hold on,
Kyrie,
what's Reese Shea
and you were
numbers?
like, holy shit, this
Wait,
guy
I'll
is
get back
this,
to
this
it.
guy's
I'll
going to
get
be
back to it.
unbelievable.
Yeah.
So we haven't seen that yet, but he's too early.
I thought that Michael Beasley should have went ahead of Derrick Rose. I thought he should have been the number one pick, and Derrick Rose came out and was just like.
So how are they like 33
Yeah.
and 15
Yeah.
then if
So
John
Michael
Morant
Beasley was remember
always
him in
out?
college. I was like, this guy.
Jaron Jackson
I
Jr.
don't know
and
anybody that
Desmond
would've took-
Bain
and you can
and
say
bench
whatever
depth.
you want. there wasn't a lot of people taking
RC,
anybody
they
over
bench is
Beasley.
crazy.
Beasley was
But Chicago getting the number 1 pick and Derrick Rose was like, that's why it went that way.
Yeah, for sure. Because in college, Beasley was unbelievable at Kansas State, and in high school he was unbelievable. But Derrick
Michael Beasley, I ain't gonna stunt. I thought, bro, RC, let me know. But when they was coming out, I think that was like 08. I think that was right after Kevin Durant draft. I thought Michael Beasley was better than Derrick Rose. Y'all let me know. Maybe I'm tripping. I thought Michael Beasley was the perfect NBA prospect. Bro was like 6'9", big, could do everything. I thought he was a better prospect than Derrick Rose. I like Derrick Rose too, but I would have picked Beasley over Derrick Rose.
Derrick Rose's potential was just so through the roof that, and being a Chicago pick, you probably had to pick him number 1, and it worked out pretty
And
well.
he was a
again,
Chicago guy, so I do
MVP. That's the best case scenario.
Yeah.
John Wall, 6-7-time All-Star.
I think John Wall's he's face of your franchise, one of the biggest names in the NBA. That's like an awesome number 1 pick.
That's not he's not middle ground. He's on the upper tier. We're not doing this thing with John Wall that people like to do. People like to do this thing with John because it ended the way it did with him, and like he got old, had injury. We're not, I played against
John Wall was a hell of a number 1 overall pick. John Wall probably one of the fastest guards. Get to the rim. He was like a De'Aaron Fox type of guard, bro. And Washington just was garbage, and he was always hurt.
John all throughout his prime in the NBA. He was like a 6-7-time All-Star. I remember him splitting the pick and doing a 360 layup. He was the first 360 layup guy. Him and J.R. Smith used to do that 360 layup all the time. Dude he's on the upper echelon of number 1 picks. Is he as good as an Anthony Davis?
I never thought
Kyrie? No,
Michael Beasley
but he's
was
still
going to
up
be better
there.
than Derrick
Yeah.
Rose.
When you worked out with him
I
last
thought
year,
Beasley would
he
be
seemed like he was in a really good
though.
place.
Wasted potential.
He was. I think he was hoping to play basketball. I don't think it was a thing
thought
that
Beasley
he did
had
and he
action.
would crush him.
Yeah.
For one, he's made enough money. He's going to be able to do whatever he want. I know this because I'm there, and I didn't make a fraction of what he made.
Yeah.
I know I'm comfortable. So God knows what that guy's got going on. All right. He, what I mean? This guy got a 200 from DC. The one before that, I think, was like 140.
Yeah, they said he had some Reebok in the beginning, right? Then he had Adidas, yeah.
He's at least grossed around 280, 300 mil. So you cut that in half with taxes, spending. He's got at least 80, 90 in the bank, something like that. I'm pocket watching right now.
Yeah,
but
a little bit.
he's fine.
I
So
like
think
Austin
he was
Rivers.
set into that. And
Austin Rivers, low key, is good at this, bro. I like Austin Rivers at
kids
this.
who are growing up, Deuce. He's got all of his, he's got a lot of good things going on from down in South Florida. So I think he was ready to move on. But he's like, man, I still got game I can play. And that's what he was holding on to, like all of us.
Let me know where y'all think K ranks amongst top NBA number 1 overall pick.
If we got this half of picks that are and this pack of number 1 picks that are like that turned out, John turned out. He did his thing.
Yeah.
Valid. So they mostly do. I mean, you have your busts, very rare for number 1 pick. You got your Anthony Bennett's, you got your, some mix.
Anthony Bennett was very similar to this draft where it was really tough, right? The best player was Giannis, who was like the 15th pick or something. You know what I mean? Like, it was really hard to figure out.
It was a shake and a draw draft.
Yeah.
No one knew.
Oladipo went too.
Yeah, like no one knew what was going to happen and who was going to turn out. That's like Anthony Bennett.
I thought
honestly,
Oladipo should
wrongfully
win
got like put on a pedestal that he didn't really deserve and want to be on.
Yeah.
Anthony Bennett goes pick number 30 and is a purposeful pick and roll, pick and pop player. He probably could have played 8-9 years in the league, but he went somewhere and was supposed to be the man. You made the reference to Aaron Gordon. You went to Orlando and John Hammond or whoever drafted him at the time dropped the ball down on him and told him to be a scorer, and it looked nasty. He goes to Denver and becomes one of the best role players in the NBA. So it's all about
you got to know who you drafting, bro. You got to know what they are good at, what they can and can't do. I told you K was better than Scotty Barnes, but they ain't want to listen. Bro, Scotty really low-key been balling, RC. He not K better, but Scotty low-key been balling.
Fit and all these different things. Again, we're getting back into that.
Where does DeAndre Ayton rank on these number 1 picks? Because
he's in the middle towards the back end.
No, Ayton is bad.
He has it. Come on, man. He looked good in Phoenix for a couple years.
Luka and Trey definitely should
Portland's been.
Is he next to Andrea Bragnani for you?
Yeah, he's like up there. Yeah, he's not a bust.
No.
DeAndre Ayton by no means is a bust.
It just doesn't look good right now. Even though the Blazers teams, they're like really
borderline.
competitive.
No, Ayton ain't a
they
bust.
scrap.
Y'all
Chauncey
think
does a pretty
Ayton a
good
bust?
job with that team that has very mediocre talent. You got to give him credit.
RC, is Ayton a bust? Y'all think Ayton is a bust? Is Ayton a bust? I'm trying to think. He's under Andrew Wiggins for sure.
For that.
Yeah. And Scoot's been playing better. We have to say it because we kind of bashed him in the beginning when he wasn't.
We didn't bash him. We
just called Scoot was bad, bro.
But we
called for what it is.
Called for what it is. He's playing better.
He is playing better,
which makes me think you got to trade
and Simons, because maybe, what do you think?
Someone's got to go.
Someone's got too much.
I wouldn't call him
I feel the
any
same thing
stretch
about
of the imagination. Is he a
about the Blazers.
a bust?
Got to go.
Is he a star? No, never close.
Drafting Greg Oden ahead of Durant was
he's in the middle
diabolical.
pack of number 1 picks to back end.
Bro,
90%.
RC, real talk. When the Portland Trail Blazers drafted Greg Oden over Kevin Durant, I was like 9 years old, and I remember telling my granddaddy, I'm like, bro, these dudes is crazy. Cause I'm from Dallas, Texas. We got all of the Texas Longhorns games, and I tried to watch all of them. Kevin Durant was the best player I've ever seen play college basketball. Till this day, Kevin Durant was the best, most talented college basketball player. He wasn't the most decorated when it came to winning and all that, but I thought Kevin Durant was the greatest player to ever come through college, bro. Facts.
80% of number 1 picks end up being a star, bro. You got like at the bottom, you got like the Anthony Bennett's, the Kwame Browns. Then at the top, you got the Anthony Davis, Kyrie Irving's, Anthony Edwards.
I won't talk bad about Kwame.
And then you
that
got
guy comes out and
then you got I don't know, he could say whatever he wants. He was a number 1 pick in the draft, so whatever. And then you have, I would say, Ayton in the middle towards that way. He's not this way. You know what I mean? Andrew Wiggins is in the middle towards that way. Towards like the top half. He's like
was a good pick.
Inching this way. Ayton's in the middle of the number 1 picks, inching towards, towards
Second
the
best
other
player
way,
on
in
that
my
championship
opinion.
team.
Could be wrong, but that's how I feel. But yeah, I think the theme for today's episode is fit. I think that's a good thing for people in life to know, man. You know, sometimes it's not about who you think you are or who you want to be. Sometimes it's about like where you need to be right now is the best fit. Maybe through that, you can end up being what you wanted to be in the first place. Sometimes you have to take step by step. You just don't get to jump to where you want. You want all the freedom in the world, but none of the responsibility. You want all the freedom in the world, but you're not willing to take step 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. The more you fail, the more you succeed. Be a role player. In life, 99% of you, that's what you are. That's what I am. That's only allowed me to do the things I've done.
Crazy.
I was a star growing up. People, oh, you're an all-star. People claim me to be a bust because I never became a superstar. With that mindset, I would have been out the league in 3 or 4 years. Even if I played for the Clippers with my father, I would have panned out if I wasn't able to show that I was able to play with the Chris Paul and Blake Griffin and be an actual pro. That's why DC traded for me. That's why the Nuggets signed me. That's why the Knicks signed me. That's why Minnesota signed me. Because I was proven a vet, pro player. That's why I played over a decade in the NBA in the greatest league in the world. Know your role. So listen, man, you don't want to take my advice, keep doing your stuff. I'm not saying that you're not a star. Some people might be right out there. You might be. I'm not trying to stunt your growth. If anything, I'm just trying to give you a better strategic path to get to where you want to get. So that's my advice. Take it for what it's worth.
Okay. Say, bro, Austin Rivers was talking that talk. I ain't gonna lie. Austin Rivers was talking that talk. Okay, I did want to get to this because Gills Arena listed they top 5 purest hoopers. Top 5 purest hoopers. And I want to get y'all thoughts on this because I want to. Let me see what they got going.
Back to KD's pure hooper list. Kyrie at the 1, Kobe at the 2, T-Mac at the 3, himself at the 4.
Top 5 pure hoopers.
KG at the 5. Are you guys rolling with KD's pure hooper list?
I like it. It's his list, yeah. It's his list.
It's his list.
Yes, I ain't gonna stunt. RC, KD, he was a better college basketball player than Melo. Melo got the championship, but KD literally swept all the awards. First freshman to get National Player of the Year, and he won every award you could win. As an individual player, Kevin Durant was better, but Melo won a championship, so it is what it is. But see, Melo, nope. Let's get into it, RC. Let's get into it. College reference. We finna look at this. College reference. College basketball. We finna get into this. Cause look, we finna compare this. Look at this. Kevin Durant in 07. Let's look at this, RC. Let's look at this. So Kevin Durant he was, where's it? 26 points per game. He was at 26 points per game. He was 11 rebounds per game, 2 blocks, 2 steals. He shot 47 from the field, 40 from 3, bro. 35 games. Bro averaged 26, 11, 2 steals, 2 blocks. He shot 47 from the field, 40 from 3, and he shot 82 about from the free throw line. Bro went crazy. This is craziness, bro. 26-11 on crazy efficiency. He won, he was a consensus All-American. He won a Naismith Award, Big 12 Player of the Year, 2007 All-Big Tournament, Big 12 Tournament MVP, Big 12 All-Freshman, 2006 AP Player of the Year, Wooden Award, Rupp Trophy, 06 All-Big 12, Big 12 All-Defense, Big 12 Rookie of the Year. Kevin Durant got every award you can get. Now, no offense to Carmelo, because Carmelo got the ultimate prize. He's an NCAA champion. But Melo was 22-10 and 2 assists. He was 45 from the field, 34 from 3. Melo was good. But Melo got NCAA All Tournament. He got NCAA Most Outstanding Player. He won All Big East Tournament. And then he was a Big East Rookie of the Year. He was All Big East, All Freshman. But see, even Kevin Durant just was way more accomplished, bro. Kevin Durant won everything you could win, bro. Look at this. Look at this. Look at all this, man. Kevin Durant won everything you could. Hey, bro, I'm sorry. 26-11 on 47 from the field, 40 from 3. Versus 22-10 on 45 and 34. Like, Melo won a chip, but hey, bro, KD was just something different. Okay, let's get it to Gil's Arena's top 5 pure hoopers.
Back to KD's pure hooper list. Kyrie at the 1, Kobe at the 2, T-Mac at the 3, himself at the 4, KG at the 5. Are you guys rolling with KD's pure hooper list?
I like it. It's his list, yeah. It's his list.
Wait, hold on. Who's KD?
Are you guys rolling with?
Who's KD list?
KD's pure hooper list. Kyrie at the 1, Kobe at the 2, T-Mac at the 3, himself at the 4, KG at the 5. Are you guys rolling with?
Kyrie, Kobe, T-Mac, KD, and KG. Y'all like that? Kyrie, Kobe, T-Mac, Kevin Durant, and Kevin Garnett. Top 5 purest hoopers. This Kevin Durant list.
With KD's pure hooper list.
I like it. It's his list, yeah. It's his list.
It's his list.
It's his list.
Well, I have 3 gentlemen who play basketball at a high level.
Minnesota ain't getting KD or
I want to know who is your list of top 5 pure hoopers, Mr. B. And these are just people that you're seeing. You have to go all throughout the course of history. Like, you don't got to throw Bob Cousy on there.
Just picking up a ball and just being like Mike Beasley, Jordan Crawford, Jamal Crawford. I mean, you got, all the players that he said too.
So that's 3. You got 2 more. Pure hoopers.
I mean, Kobe.
Or
I'm gonna go KD.
This nigga said Michael Beasley, Jordan Crawford, Jamal Crawford, Kobe, and KD. Jordan Crawford and Jamal Crawford and Michael Beasley? Purest hoopers ever? It's craziness.
And that's just watching, just picking up a ball and just going.
KD, Grant Hill, Kobe, Steve Nash, off the top of my head. Okay, I like that. I like that, RC. I like that.
Okay.
Me?
Steve
We'll go
Nash
over to
was
Cemetery
baller.
Larry first, Gil. This is your show. Gil's Arena presented by Underdog. Whoop, whoop.
I'm gonna put Allen Iverson over Kyrie.
Ooh, okay.
And I'll keep the list the same.
So you would have Allen Iverson, Kobe, T-Mac, KD, KG.
I low-key like that. I think Kevin Garnett is overrated as a pure hooper. KG didn't really have no bag. He was averaging like 21 points, bro. I'll put Dirk right there. Dirk was a bucket, pure bucket, over KG. My list would be Kyrie, Kobe, Durant, Dirk, and Jokic. Kyrie, Kobe, Durant, Dirk, and Jokic. That's my 5.
That's pure hooper.
Pure hooper. Yeah. I like that list.
Not
a lot.
stepped on.
Penny cool.
I like that list a lot.
Penny a cool one.
I'ma go just Pistol Pete.
Shout out homework basketball.
Good one.
I'm gonna go at the 2. I'm gonna go Kolb. 3, James Harden. 4, KD. At the 5, I'm gonna have Dream.
Who?
Dream. Hakeem Olajuwon.
So who was?
Because I think he just went by like position, so I'm gonna just.
Came pure hooper.
Huh? Oh.
So he had
just Pistol Pete.
Pistol Pete.
Shout out homework basketball.
Good one.
I'm gonna
Pistol Pete.
go at the 2. I'm gonna go Kolb.
Pistol Pete, Kobe.
3, James Harden.
James Harden at the 3.
4, KD.
KD at the 4.
At the
Pistol
5,
Pete, Kobe,
I'm gonna have
Harden,
Dream.
KD, Hakeem Olajuwon. That's not
Dream.
bad.
Hakeem
That's not
Olajuwon.
bad. That's not bad. And yes,
'Cause I
Hardaway
think he
was a
just went
pure
by
hooper.
like position, so I'm gonna just.
Came pure hooper.
Huh?
No, that's a fact. Everybody at least should.
Should I
be
see you
different, bro.
twirling your spiked bat?
I didn't hear a certain name on that list.
Did not either.
It's weird. On whose list? His? Anybody's. Everybody's.
Jordan.
And what name did you not hear?
I don't know.
The greatest of all time.
I didn't get to watch
You think
Jordan.
Michael Jordan
That's
was
crazy.
a
I didn't
pure
hear
hooper?
them say LeBron either.
I don't know.
We did.
Huh? You didn't hear it either?
We didn't hear LeBron name mentioned in the pure hooper.
I was gonna say
You didn't hear LeBron or Jordan.
nah.
Hey, we just
Here? Like just throwing out. Everybody had who? like just. I think Everybody had who? just rolling. Everybody said who?
Kobe.
Who was left off and everybody said who?
Kobe at the 2.
And then one man said, it's toss up, but I'm gonna take this guy.
KD
He
did
got
say that.
he got that ding 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 ding.
He did essentially say that ding, 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 ding.
It's a lot of pure hoopers, but There's only one that make everybody list at the same position. I'm gonna take that dog.
Bro, everybody, I'm pretty sure a lot of people will put Kobe over.
So you think since high school,
LeBron as a
Michael Jordan was pure,
hooper.
like just raw? He got cut.
He did get cut.
Kobe Bryant was
When I think of pure hooper, it's
When they
just
taped that
like
list of
like
the
pure.
Wall,
We
his
talking
name
about
was not
since
on
it's
it.
like
going
park
down.
mixed with you could do park and
Like
NBA.
Hooper in basketball,
Yeah,
it's
just-
very different. Like, I mean, like nobody's gonna say Tim Duncan was like it's like you know what I mean? Like
I would have said skip him out. Like
Yeah, like, those
skip
are like-
Lou. Like I mean, we just talking about like just pure picking up a ball, like from street ball to the NBA to the final. Talking about just picking up a ball. Monte, like just guys that's just rolling.
Rafer
out.
Austin did
who
play
be-
street
why wouldn't
ball
you
and
take
he
LeBron?
played in the NBA Finals. That's crazy.
he's a basketball player.
Shut
For
up,
me, he's a
Rafer
basketball
Austin, bro.
player. 5-on-5, strategic type of player.
Also,
Like we're talking about pure hoop. We're talking about one-on-one.
Just one-on-one, just go out there and like no matter no structure, they gonna get it done.
T-Mac,
Yeah.
goddamn, T-Mac. I gotta put T-Mac.
Well, I think LeBron's a more structured player
Yeah, he's a structure player.
than just like. What you think?
Please don't get any blood
What
on
you
your
think,
shoes,
Bron?
sir.
like I think Mike is
I
a
don't even-
structured player. Michael Jordan in a system.
So you think all of the players that KD named are all true hoopers?
Yeah.
Pure hoopers, all the players
Pure
he named?
hoopers?
Yeah. Yeah, I seen Kobe without a system and just go for four, like no matter. Like go get it.
Even KG, like we've seen KG when he plays
KG,
one-on-one
I
and
don't know,
he's
bro.
playing
I don't
pickup
know about
basketball.
KG.
Like he's a hooper.
Oh yeah, the USA.
Celtics Cassell was a
he's
hooper,
a
bro.
hooper.
I like
so,
Sam
yeah,
Cassell.
everybody
it is
does.
then.
Sam
Out of
Cassell
all
was a
those pure
dog.
hoopers,
He
which
helped
one of them-
Minnesota get to
or how
that
many of them are actually
Western Conference
basketball
Finals with
players, too?
KG.
From KD's
I like
list?
Sam Cassell.
So it was Kyrie, Kobe, T-Mac, KD, KG, just for reference.
I mean, shit. Kyrie's a basketball player. Shit. Kobe Bryant's a basketball player.
T-Mac, basketball player as well.
Nah, T-Mac a
T-Mac's
hooper.
raw.
T-Mac was a hooper, bro.
He just raw to me.
Yeah, he might be the only one that's.
Yeah, he might be the only one that's just like raw.
Who?
Gilbert
T-Mac
Arenas
in
was
that
a
list.
hooper too.
Yeah.
Like, are there basketball players because they won?
No,
Or
because they
just
know
like
how to.
put
They
Baron
know how to
Davis.
be.
Position?
Yeah, they know how to be basketball players if they need to be.
Then I would say all of them
then. I said not T-Mac.
So the chat is suggesting Melo.
T-Mac hasn't.
Nah, because when Melo had to be structured and put into...
He couldn't do it, yeah.
No, when he got put into USA basketball and had to structure his game, he simplified his game and became the leading scorer every year, so...
But as a pure hooper, would you consider Melo to be?
Yes, Melo. Hell yeah.
Melo was definition, one of the definitions.
I mean, your 5 can be whatever. It's just what you feel.
Your 5 is your 5.
Like who you seen.
Want to give the chat some love. They are participating in the conversation.
I ain't putting Mike in that. Got cut as a JV. Ain't good enough. Wait your turn.
Wait your fucking turn.
Glenn Big Dog Robinson was underrated. See, I heard about Glenn Robinson, but I ain't get to see him more.
Where was he wrong?
Go work out. Go work out.
You saw space.
MJ.
Getting cut from JV.
But he did come back several years later and help Cam overcome that same situation.
Will Steve Nash be considered a hooper?
A pure hooper?
Yeah.
In Canada, sure.
Would he be considered a hooper?
Nah, Jason Williams.
No, I was gonna pick him. I was thinking about
Williams.
this. But you don't think Steve, like how he played the game?
I don't count European players as pure hoopers. Because they right from the jump, they just fundamentals.
Yeah.
Like every
That's Steve. What he's saying is
Steve Nash.
like everything.
I mean, will Shea be a pure hooper though?
Shea?
Yeah.
Where's from Canada?
No, nigga, his game, not his country. Will his game be considered pure hooper? Because you was ready to like.
Is SGL
you
pure
was just
hooper?
about to throw it over there anyway. Nah, with like how he
Would
plays
y'all
the game.
consider
will he be
SGL
put in
pure
that
Basketball, because I would compare him to Ja. When you say Ja, pure hooper, how he to go out there and do shit from the park in the game. Shea's more structured. That's all. That's cone work Shea be doing.
Yeah.
Shea do cone work out there. He's coning them.
Glenn
Like
Robinson's
Ja and D
son
Rose
was
is more
garbage.
like pure
You talking about the
hooper.
one that went
Like
to
just
Michigan?
the
He ended up on
ability
the
to-
Michigan
How
right.
about
Glenn
Luka?
Robinson's son.
No, that's
I think I know who you're talking
no,
about,
that's
bro.
basketball.
Basketball shit.
That's that Europeans aren't pure hoopers to me. They got to work on that.
Yeah, it's
like you gonna get in the gym 2 hours.
Yeah.
Work on this shit.
100%.
Fundamentals.
Stay there. Pass like this.
Like 2 minutes.
Okay.
No play.
Okay, Ginobili.
Because he.
Nah, Ginobili was a hooper, bro.
At first.
That's
first.
His style. Like
Ginobili was a
his
hooper, bro.
style.
Stop.
He came in pure.
I was gonna say, do you think it?
Oh yeah,
I
that
don't know
song was
if the
bad.
system
RC.
stole him or they just created space
He was
because of what he
athletic,
did.
but he was.
I think
not
when he
good.
first
Did
came
he
in,
play
when
with
he had
Karis
the hair,
LeVert?
And
the
he was
hair
out there just
Ginobili,
doing
Or did
shit.
he
he was
play with Trey
doing, he
Burke
was
now?
I
pure.
be forgetting about
The hair Ginobili was pure.
God damn.
Yeah,
I
but where is
forget
it
that.
taught though? Like where is it taught at a young age? That's why I said their
that's what I
teaching
said,
is
but-
different from us.
but- yeah.
Us, we got to roll out the ball. All right, we're gonna see who good. Like
But
they
he was
right from the jump.
But like even like Patty Mills, wouldn't he be considered a hooper? Right, Patty Mills. That was there's like a
shooter.
few.
Nah, he's just
He's
a
a
shooter.
shooter.
He's not. He's like Eddie House. He's like Eddie House.
Nah, Petty Mills wasn't no
Petrovic.
hooper, bro.
Right? Like that,
Petrovic?
yeah,
He a hooper.
Yeah, that's what him, that Ginobili.
Ginobili was a hooper, bro.
the fundamental hoopers.
Gary
there's
Payton,
somebody-
I
there's
don't
somebody
know,
else.
bro.
You comparing them to a guy like Jason Williams.
Kevin Johnson, maybe.
You looking
but
at J.
George-
Will, White Chocolate.
Gary
that's-
Payton,
Like the year
Kevin
before,
Johnson, maybe.
behind the
but
back
Gary
and shit he was
Payton, nah.
trying.
No. He's a basketball.
He's a basketball player.
He wouldn't dare go
Jet
out of his
Howard.
element to try to be a hooper. It's uncomfortable. It's not a bad thing. It's just it feels weird because you're like it's not basketball.
See, as much as we want to say Giannis, it's like he's one of those just like
Manufactured.
Giannis,
It's just
hell no.
manufactured.
Giannis just
I
runs to the
think
rim.
Europeans, I think they're fundamental hoopers.
Dame.
Is that thing fundamental hoop?
Huh?
Dame is
Dame's a
most
hooper.
definitely a hoop.
C.J. McCullough, yeah.
No, C.J. McCullough's
He's just
a
a
fundamental
basketball
hooper.
player.
A fundamental hooper.
He's fun. Like he's definitely like yo. If you
But
want
that's
to
Brandon
you got
Ingram?
fundamental hoopers and then hoopers.
Yeah.
All
I
right.
mean, Bradley Beal and Booker.
Booker's a fundamental.
They can hoop.
Okay, yeah.
But you wouldn't just say they hoopers. You just be like, nah, they know how to play the game.
Nah, Devin Booker a hooper, bro. Jamal Murray.
That's just
LaMelo.
hooper.
Okay.
That's just, nah, he needs a whole another tier level of hooper. Like,
He's like
extreme hooper.
like
He's
He's a hooper.
He's an extreme hooper.
Jeez, that boy.
He's such on another level. We didn't even think about him.
For real.
We gotta think about the shit he tries in the game.
he like Pistol Pete.
That motherfucker out there.
He like Pistol Pete. Yeah, he like
Pistol Pete was playing today.
Yeah.
With a 3-long.
You know what's up? Pistol Pete, LaMelo, and Jason Williams are in that category.
Oh, Jason
like,
Williams, for sure.
Y'all on some different shit. Y'all on some shit. The rest, everybody else, don't even think about
hit
this.
the ball with
we
his
gonna get
elbow.
subbed.
He said, boop.
Yeah, like you played for your daddy. Your whole you just had the freedom.
That part.
Like,
that
you know what I mean?
part.
You didn't play for nobody else because the shit you sit here trying.
No, for fact.
Motherfucker throw it off in the middle of an NBA game. Throw it off the backboard, pass, catch it like, oh,
Little Coco like that. Little Coco out here.
I'm just going to ask this because I saw the clip trending recently. Arvydas Sabonis. I know y'all saw the clip recently on Twitter, him throwing the pass and posing. Is it making his rounds?
See, I didn't get to see Sabonis.
Arvydas?
They out there.
Hooper.
They out there.
Arvydas was a hooper. Arvydas came in the league hooping. He got old, though.
Yeah. Who keeps untying your shoe?
Me.
You did?
When I keep crossing, they just do it when I'm doing it.
So is Steph Curry considered
This
a
is a
pure
consistent
hooper?
trend on this.
Gil like a nigga in a wheelchair. Oh, his shoes untied. Like, huh? Like, where you? Like, what are you doing?
Why you got on shoes?
Like,
Consider
yeah, like,
Steph a pure
why are
hooper,
your
bro?
shoes untied? What have you been doing?
Why they dirty?
Yeah, like, what the fuck? You should have. He been sitting here and shoes. Like, what you doing?
Oh, bro. He's tripping, bro.
You doing a tootsie roll? You're doing a tootsie roll?
No, what's so funny is every time I see somebody in a wheelchair, the first thing I look at is their
down.
shoes.
Yeah.
I want to see if their shoes dirty.
Like, man, if you don't give Gil some straps.
I want to see if their shoes dirty, dog. Like, what you got scars for in your shoes?
man?
Are they just dragging you?
The comments.
Like, what the
Let's
fuck
get
is
to the
going on here?
comments. Okay, let's get to the comments. It say Carmelo not being mentioned. Carmelo not being mentioned is insane. Melo doesn't get enough credit, and he cooked all y'all by himself. They mentioned Carmelo. They said Carmelo deserves to be on that list. Anyone that takes Kyrie off as a pure hooper, you're insane. I guess y'all don't understand the question. Yeah, I had Kyrie as my pure hooper. I had Kyrie, Kobe, Durant, Dirk, and I had Jokic. But I gotta fit Melo or Mac on there. But whatever. Crawford is mine. That dude could just hoop. Motherfucker scored 50 in his last game, and they didn't want him back because he might hinder the growth of the younger players. Kyrie, Durant, Melo, T-Mac, Kobe, honorable mention, Allen Iverson. Kyrie, Durant, Melo, Mac, Kobe. Bro, I low-key want that list. I want that list. Kyrie, Durant, Melo, Mac, Kobe. McKent's looking like a Grove Street gang member on GTA San Andreas. Ain't nobody said D-Wade. Damn. D-Wade wasn't no pure hooper. D-Wade, like, I don't know. D-Wade. Paul Pierce, yeah. D-Wade, no. Did I have some other stuff to get to? D-Wade wasn't no hooper like that. Paul Pierce should have said he a better hooper than D-Wade, not better. Because Paul Pierce was more of a hooper than D-Wade, but D-Wade was a better player. What else is going on in the league, man? Let me see if we got some more. We got some more topics here. So, man, Luka looks sad, fool. Luke, dog. I thought it was AI generated. Damn. Luka versus JT, aka Laker versus Celtics for the next 10 years is amazing for the NBA. Crazy how the trade was listed a day ago and he's already packed all his bags and left. Whole life can change just like that. Bro really looks sad, bro. Look at him. Bro, Luka looks sad, dog. That boy do not look happy, fam. He looks sad. Stackhouse, I don't know if Stackhouse is a pure hooper. He get buckets, though. I guess you can put him right there. Stackhouse, yeah, Stackhouse a pure hooper. They put that man on the Lakers like on some 2K shit. Nah, facts. Look, he don't look that happy either. Okay. Damn. I do want to see Luka Doncic reactions. Let me see. I want to see what people got.
Life like
They say LeBron and Austin Reeves headed to the airport to pick up Luka.
Life like this sure is sweet, huh?
It definitely is.
Damn. Bro, I've seen that shit. Well,
Dave, we're just receiving word of a massive trade in the NBA. The Lakers have traded Anthony Davis to the Dallas Mavericks in exchange for Luka Doncic.
What?
In a 3-team deal. You can listen to that on SportsCenter later on tonight with Kevin Connors and Amina Smith after this game. They'll have everything. Dave, we're just receiving word of a massive trade in the NBA. The Lakers have traded Anthony Davis to the Dallas Mavericks in exchange for Luka Doncic.
What?
Bro said, what? Oh, man. Let me get some volume.
By two. There's the switch. Gobert is out there. Doncic maneuvers for the lead. Got it. Got it.
The dude said,
what?
what?
Dallas has taken the lead.
Damn.
Just what Reggie Miller said. Go for the win. But it ain't over
Bro.
yet. 3 seconds is a long time, and it's
I'm
only
hurt.
1 point lead here.
I'm hurt,
That's
RC.
just
I ain't lying.
Rudy Gobert in an impossible
Yeah.
situation. I
Bro,
don't
Luka
totally
cooked
understand.
this man.
I
Look at-
know they wanted to switch back with McDaniel, but Lively did a great
goodness,
job
what a
getting
cook.
out of there.
But, Coach, look at this. He had him on skates from the beginning.
No,
My
I
goodness.
agree.
Dancing with the stars, whatever you want to call it.
That's
Rudy
cooking.
Gobert had zero.
From Washington.
That boy
Reeves
was
jumping
cooking,
up in
man.
front.
Okay. Damn, is people crying? Damn, bro. I can't believe this shit is real.
Words. As a Dallas native, I can truly say, wow, I'm at a loss for words. As a Dallas native, I can truly say this was one of the biggest mistakes in the history of the Mavericks franchise. You just traded a 25-year-old Luka Doncic in his prime, a 5-time first-team All-NBA player in 6 years, mind you. You just traded a player that is one of the greatest catalysts for winning of the generation. He carried the Dallas Mavericks to the NBA Finals last year. He brought the Mavericks back out from the depths of the pits of the grave after the absence of Dirk Nowitzki. Took the Mavericks to a conference finals 2 years ago. He led the league in scoring last year at 33.9 points a game, and he's 25 years of age. And the reasoning.
Now, both
the
of last
reasoning
year's
is
Western
he doesn't
Conference
play
teams
enough
did stupid
defense.
trades and probably
I
won't be
get
back
it.
in the West.
Then
That's
find a 3-and-D
crazy.
player. Find some defensive
Both
specialists, but you do not
Western
trade
Conference Finals
under any
teams.
circumstance a box office talent like Luka Doncic. Yeah, it's malpractice. You don't trade under any circumstance a 25-year-old player who can lead the league in scoring, who hasn't even entered his prime, who just led you to the NBA Finals, you do not trade that individual. I can't make sense of this. Wow.
Bro, get Ocho. I hate the way he talk. I don't like his speech pattern. Damn, that's not even funny, bro.
How's everything going?
Damn.
See, I hope you keep playing the same way. Now you switch shoes. No, my shoes like that one. Take a picture.
Damn, bro. Trade Braun to the Wizards. RC, dog. Hey, Dad, how was it witnessing Luka Doncic and Kyrie Irving hoop together on the Mavericks? Oh, bro, this is crazy. I don't even know why I typed this shit back in, bro. Bro, I hate Twitter, bro. Damn. Bro, real life, man.
Trade in NBA history. The craziest trade in NBA history just went down.
Never thought Luka would actually get through at this age.
Be someone that you think of as untouchable. I'm told Luka Doncic is still stunned about this trade.
Come on, baby.
It's great. It's hilarious. Damn.
Started the season with D-Lo as my point guard. Now I got Luka motherfucking Doncic. I'm almost sick, bro. Shaq signed in LA for nothing. I think he was a free agent. That dude ain't gonna get nothing bad. But see, that's free agency. And Shaq didn't want to be there no more. Nah, bro. Everything was up in there. It did. They did, but it's like, no.
I'm sorry, little one. I'm sorry, little one.
Damn, bro. This is not cool, bro. Mavericks got something, but it wasn't enough. True heartbreak. Damn. Look at this. Nico Harrison such a hoe ass nigga, boy. Look at this. Luka said he got all of these missed calls from him. Luka Doncic at age 25, 5-time All-Star, 5-time first-team All-NBA Rookie of the Year, 2nd all-time in playoff points per game, 3rd all-time in points per game, 6th all-time in playoff triple-doubles, 7th all-time in triple-doubles. Damn. What's up with it, Nate, man? I done went down the rabbit hole with Luka again, bro. I done went down Dallas Mavericks head coach. Yeah.
On here, trades don't happen. And I'd like to give Rob Pelinka a lot of credit. You know, trades, you guys have been around here. Trades don't happen at the smallest level without stuff getting out. And Rob and I were able to have, you know, really intense conversations.
If anyone needs to be traded as I am, bro, nah, this is crazy, Nate. I ain't gonna cap. I'm hurt still.
Hey, would you ever? I don't know. Would I? Let me think.
Look at Jason Kidd.
It built upon that, and you know, we kept it between us. We had to keep it tight.
Look at Jason
Kidd. Didn't know about it, but J Kidd and I are aligned, and we talk about
to not tell your coach is crazy.
The culture that we want to create. So I know the type of players that he likes without actually talking to him. Hey, would you like, you know? So I know that, and J Kidd coached them when they won a championship. So I think when you're aligned with your coach like that, I know the type of players that he likes, and so I felt good
Pelicans
about it.
Just horrible
It making sense to where we're trying to go. And I'd
but
like to give
not to tell your coach is crazy. He didn't tell Jason Kidd he was doing this. Bro, look at people. People is really clowning us. Willie Green needs to be fired too. No. Who you reckon won, Lakers or the Mavericks? Lakers won easily because Luka is a top 5 player in the league and he's 25 years old. He just finna turn 26 in this month. Like, he go turn 26 this month. He's not even 26 yet. That's an easy dub for the Lakers. And Mavericks only got Anthony Davis and 1 pick in Max Christie. That's crazy. De'Aaron Fox just got like 3 picks in Zach LaVine. Man. Yeah, Luka was given one of the worst supporting casts by the Mavs in his first few seasons. He never complained, gave him his all, exceeded all expectations, and then gets absolutely betrayed and slandered in the media by his own GM. Cruel, cruel world we live in. Yeah, let me get off of this before I get just sad, bro. Before I get sad. Oh, look, let's look at this De'Aaron Fox. I don't think people understand how good this trade is. Let me see. Let me go to the Spurs. I know the Spurs. They done said something. They had to have said something, huh? What is it, San Antonio Spurs? What's that? San and AD and Luka. Yeah, they both in their prime, but one is, bro. Luka really not even. They say you don't really get into your prime until you was like 28 for the NBA. Luka still is 25, and he's just a better ceiling raiser. What's the San Antonio Spurs YouTube? Don't San Antonio Spurs got a YouTube page? Jeff Teague says De'Aaron Fox want to join Victor wouldn't be on the Spurs.
Listen, man, it's been lit in the basketball world, man. Let's go ahead and get straight to it, man. De'Aaron Fox said it's time. I don't care about this win streak. I don't care how good we've been playing. Get me the
Appreciate
fuck
the
out
sub,
of
Nate. I really do, bro.
Why you think he want to leave?
And yeah, Luka got a long way.
Christian was
AD
making
already 31, finna be 32.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, Christian doing everything he could, but
I'm just asking y'all as a
Levine don't play winning
everybody
basketball.
love
RC.
Y'all want to be the guy.
He never been
before.
on a good team.
You the guy. Why leave being the guy?
Because I'm in
He's
Sacramento.
probably ready to really fight to win. Like, I think he said Wemby. I don't want to misquote Deere, but I think he want to go play with Wemby in San Antonio. So he don't want to go to a big market. He just want to play with a top quality player.
Are they gonna? Is that a winning team with him and Wemby?
I think he ready to build with somebody like.
Oh, the future. Future's bright.
Now with De'Aaron Fox there,
I sub with my my main channel, Nate.
All right, I like that.
Well,
Listen,
my
let's
personal
go.
channel.
We can start. I like your question. You said, why would you want to leave? I think that all the things he's probably asked for, he hasn't received. Like, hey, I keep asking y'all for wing help. I mean, I did get Malik Monk for sure, but the things I've asked y'all to upgrade, I didn't upgrade. I asked y'all to get a solid coach that I rock with. All right, cool. We got Mike Brown. That was my guy. You fired my guy. I've had a history of being inconsistent. Like, every time y'all need to add, like, roster help, y'all just go do some wild shit. Y'all keep getting guards.
Yeah, I did
like,
draft 2 guards while I was there.
for no reason that you didn't need to fill that position. And then you get rid of the one that I don't know. I would leave too. What the fuck are y'all doing?
I like De'Aaron Fox, bro. But it's hard for people to come to Sacktown, bro.
Yeah.
This ain't Bibby and them Sacktown, bro. It's different, bro.
It ain't in the organization. Everybody talks about how piss poor they're ran. So yeah, I can understand why. If I ain't getting nothing here, I'm leaving, bro.
Sack damn near New Orleans, bro. Like same type of franchise, bro. Top dogs for sure with their draft picks, but you can't bring no veteran help.
Is Sacramento that bad of a place? Like, I don't think Sacramento is that bad of a of a play destination. Sacramento can't be worse than Charlotte.
KD will never go play in Sac.
They got Debo to go there.
Nah, Debo, you know what I mean? Debo he like us, bro. Like, you feel me? He just wanna hoop. KD wanna hoop too, but KD trying to win the championship. Debo just love to hoop. Not saying he don't want to win the championship, but I think players like that, this nigga was trying to go play with Wemby, bro. You trying to go play with generational talent, bro.
Nah, I feel him. I mean,
7 years.
Having a chance to go play with Wemby in San Antonio, I don't think it's gonna happen. But I understand it though. I just know what you got to give up to get him though. If you say San Antonio.
Oh, right now, the way that he played this so masterfully, probably a first in the young talent.
How he played masterfully?
Because he didn't like officially push push the button until now, and they have like less than a week to figure this shit out.
Yeah,
if he'd have drawn this out, they could have got a bigger.
I think he got one more year on this deal though.
Yeah, but he's gonna be gone.
So they got a whole another year to figure out the trade him though.
He's gonna be gone by next week. I'll be very surprised if he on the team. We're just probably going for that shit.
Yeah,
he will be gone.
I get it, but
I say just chill. Me personally, but you know, I ain't daring. But
he did 7 years, bro. He did a bid in Sacramento.
Y'all know me. Anybody offer me a max extension?
I feel you.
Sign me up.
Yeah.
Hey, look, sign me up. But I understand if you want to go get out of there. He from Texas too. Might want to be closer to the crib. What, he from Houston?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I saw
he should have went to Houston.
People speculating about the Rockets, and the Rockets are just like, hey, shout out to the air, but we just gonna figure it out.
Yeah.
We ain't messing this up right now. We gonna see
hell
how
no. They didn't
Rockets
wanna-
balls.
that don't make sense.
Yeah, they don't make sense.
It'd
to
be
me either.
nasty though if they got him.
That's too much.
No,
You think
hear
so?
me out. Hear me out. If
Bro.
you gave up Fred VanVleet, Jabari in the first, could they get the job
Facts.
done for the air?
Yes.
Jalen plays it too.
Yes.
Yeah.
De'Aaron Fox at the 1, Jalen at the 2, Dylan at the 3, Twin at the 4, Shagun at the 5.
They nasty.
You still got Reed Shepard and Cam Whitmore off the bench.
Y'all fucking with that.
And Tari
Yeah, I'm
Easton.
fucking with.
You got one of the best closers in the NBA with a team with fully young talent. Now that money gonna get fucked up at some point. Somebody gonna have to move on in 2 years because you're gonna have to give Thompson a max deal.
But
They need to
can
trade-
De'Aaron and Jalen figure it out together? That's definitely like
Connect.
Donovan
Keep Reeves,
and
trade connect
Darius
with
Garland.
Well, I think it'll work because I'm not saying they're the same player by any means, but how they kind of play, Jalen Green plays like Malik Monk. Now the personality's got to mesh, but I see
Yeah.
that work beautifully.
They do kind of play similar. That's a great comparison.
So that would be damn near seamless. And you got young killers on the wing with you.
But I think Fred VanVleet, like veteran leadership, he kind of calmed them down.
Means a lot.
Even like when they like wild, they start doing some wild shit. He always like the calming voice, and the way he play is super calm.
The
So I'm not
Rockets
saying
would have
that
been
De'Aaron
actual
Fox
contenders with
can't
De'Aaron
play like
Fox.
that. But I
It
don't know if he's at
you would have
that
got
point
rid
in
of
his
2 or
career
3
where he's
guys
really
that don't
calming voice.
get that
Like, he's
much
still
playing
trying
time
to get 30
anyway,
a
and they
game.
would have been good, bro.
So maybe it won't fit. But for San Antonio, they need him to do that.
Yes.
Yeah, they need him. They need his skill set to be aggressive, get buckets, to take a lot of pressure off Wemby.
Yeah.
Man, listen,
maybe
just
pills.
imagine De'Aaron
What
Fox
for
and
the
Wemby pick and
pills?
roll. Or like him running the break with Castle on that could be dangerous, bro. Like you said though, getting free agents to go to San
Oh
Antonio.
no, if they get De'Aaron Fox, Castle will not be there.
Are you think they're gonna have to move him?
It's crazy. It's crazy that they kept all their young pieces and brought in De'Aaron Fox. That's crazy.
Oh, Devin Vassell can't go in that trade.
You think about he's gone.
Well, they're the Kings. I don't know.
Man, he's gone.
Is Vlade still there?
Nah.
Pelicans do not need De'Aaron Fox. Pelicans just need players to stay healthy and want to be there.
Well, listen, we don't even know what the Kings are doing. Like, are they in full rebuild?
They need to trade
like,
CJ
if they get
McCollum
rid of
for
him, what
sure.
are they doing? Are they going to blow the whole team up?
Man, I don't know what
because Sabonis can get you draft capital. Debo gets you draft capital. I don't know if he's eligible to get traded or not. But if he's gone, you got to go through a full rebuild, bro.
I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, send Keegan Murray up out of there
They
too.
got DeMar DeRozan and Lil Romeo picture up there.
Damn, they really do.
Bro,
Oh, God,
Sacramento
yeah,
Kings just need to trade DeMar DeRozan.
That's crazy, man. Yeah,
Now.
that was great news though. We shall see what happens, but I believe we'll just ask how y'all feel. Y'all think he's gone by trade deadline?
I don't know, bro.
No, you don't know.
I don't think so.
You don't think so? I think so. I don't think that this ain't no other stuff, man. Rich Paul and them too calculate for this to happen.
I don't know, bro. I don't know, man. What is it? I guess let me hear what Sport and Logically got
De'Aaron
to
Fox
say.
has been traded to the San Antonio Spurs to team up with Victor Wembanyama. In a trade that most people expected prior to the trade deadline, the Kings move on from their franchise cornerstone and get an interesting assortment of assets in return. The trade is the Spurs get De'Aaron Fox and Jordan McLaughlin, the Kings get Zach LaVine, Sidi Kosoko, 3 first-round picks, 3 second-round picks, and the Bulls get Zach Collins, Trey Jones, Kevin Huerter, and their own 2025 first-round pick back from San Antonio. Bunch of different angles to tackle this from, but to me, the headline here is San Antonio is on the map as a destination. De'Aaron Fox went to Sacramento and said, I'm not going to be here anymore. I'm
Hold on, my headphone died. What the? Make sure my sound settings are back where they supposed to be. Okay. Then we's back.
signing somewhere else in free agency in 2026, go ahead and move me. And move me to a team of my choice. And the team at the top of his list was the San Antonio Spurs. Guys want to play with Victor Wembanyama, and De'Aaron Fox has positioned himself perfectly to be the main partner alongside the guy that could presumably be the best player in the league over the next decade or so once the Jokic's and the Giannis's and potentially Luka's now in LA of the world move on and pass their prime. In the conversation surrounding the trade itself,
how y'all feel about the De'Aaron Fox fit
largely
in San
revolved around what
Antonio?
San Antonio
They
would
gonna
be
make the
willing to
playoffs
give
this
up
year?
in exchange for De'Aaron Fox, how desperate they were to get him, and how much the Kings would actually take into account Fox's trade preference. And it appears as though they definitely cared about his preference of a trade, and this was the Spurs trade to lose. Let's talk about the deal itself. For San Antonio, this is a massive win for them because when you think about the different versions of a De'Aaron Fox trade that could have happened for San Antonio, there were plenty of people over the last couple of days in the comments on Twitter, various places telling me that Steph Castle had to be in the deal. It was a non-starter. Any deal that involved De'Aaron Fox going to San Antonio was going to involve Steph Castle going to Sacramento in exchange. And not only was Steph Castle not in the deal, Devin Vassell wasn't in the deal. Chris Paul wasn't in the deal. Keldon Johnson wasn't in the deal. They gave up
I think that's
their
the biggest
backup
thing to
center,
me. They didn't
their
have
backup
give no
point guard,
young talent.
and some picks, only one of which was their own pick. This is best case scenario if you're a Spurs fan. in terms of trading for De'Aaron Fox, because you add a guy that wants to be there. You add a guy that is one of the 25 to 30 best basketball players in the world right now. You add a guy that's a really good fit on your roster as a pick and roll partner alongside Victor Wembanyama, and you still have a ton of assets moving forward. And importantly, Steph Castle, Devin Vassell, Jeremy Sohan, those guys, those young pieces you're building around Victor Wembanyama are still on the team, whether they be trade assets in the future or actually good players for you into the future. The big thing for San Antonio is the picks that they gave up. That 2025 Charlotte pick is protected and unlikely to convey as a first-round pick. Is more likely to be a couple of seconds. The 2027 pick from San Antonio themselves, always a little bit scary when you're giving up your own picks, but ultimately, Wemby, Fox, whatever pieces they add, they're probably going to be pretty good in 2027, so that's probably a pick in the 20s. And then that 2031 Minnesota pick, which again, the only reason San Antonio has that is because Minnesota traded up for Rob Dillingham in this most recent draft. That's an interesting pick to keep an eye on.
Damn,
Luka
De'Aaron
Doncic can get traded
Fox
overnight to the
is
Lakers. There certainly is the
bro.
possibility that
They
Anthony
need a
Edwards
legit
might not
number
be on the
one.
Timberwolves in 2031.
They might
That
be
could
really good
absolutely
really
be valuable,
fast,
whether it be
bro.
as a trade asset or as an actual pick moving forward for Sacramento. But it's a pick that if you're San Antonio, you're willing to give up. And in addition, they're sending a pick out to Chicago, but it's Chicago's own first-round pick. It is not the Spurs pick, and a pick that likely was going to be somewhere close to the lottery, somewhere in that 14 to 19 range there for San Antonio, but you're willing to give that up when you're getting De'Aaron Fox. This is a massive win for them, a 10 out of 10, a can't miss. You do this trade every day of the week if you're San Antonio. I love the deal for them. Then we get to the Sacramento Kings, and the Kings are just, it's impossible for them to make a normal trade ever. They always have to make every trade weird, because if you're any team other than the Kings, any franchise other than the Kings, you're looking at this De'Aaron Fox situation, you're evaluating your own roster, and you're thinking, okay, our path towards being
I think the
true
Kings did
contenders
pretty good.
always
You got
revolves
Zach
around
LaVine and
Fox
picks.
getting better, continuing to add assets around him. And now that he's gone, okay, it was a nice couple year run. It's time to break some things down, trade some pieces away, get some future assets, and then move on. But Sacramento looked at the situation and said, actually, we'd like to replace De'Aaron Fox with, in this case, Zach LaVine. Zach LaVine, who, by the way, has had a very good season this year. And the contract isn't fantastic. He's been injury prone in the past, but he's very, very good. And Sacramento has valued Zach LaVine for years. One of the first big contracts he got in the league came because Chicago matched his restricted free agency offer from Sacramento. I think it's like 4 years, 72, all those years back when Zach LaVine first hit restricted free agency off his rookie contract. This is a franchise that likes Zach LaVine, has liked him for a while, and they finally land him. I like the fact that they're getting future picks, even though it reads 3 future firsts. It's not actually 3 future firsts. It's more likely 2. You get some second round picks as well. Sidi Kosoko could be pretty solid. I know it's a player that San Antonio liked, but Zach LaVine on the roster is just a strange choice to me. You're running it back with the version of the Chicago Bulls.
They will trade Debo. There's no way they don't trade
Debo. DeRozan and some other interesting guys. Sabonis is obviously good. Keegan Murray. Keon Ellis is good, I guess. But this is a Sacramento team that's going nowhere. They're not contenders. They're not bad enough to tank. And it is just a weird situation to put yourself in once again. Zach LaVine is good. He's got a good season. It's also definitely possible that he gets injured. Isn't that much of an asset for you moving forward. You just took on a contract that no team around the league was super excited about taking on in exchange for, yes, getting some first-round picks, but also it's De'Aaron Fox. Like, you could argue that despite the season that Zach LaVine is having, last year, Chicago might have had to attach a first to Zach LaVine to get someone to take the deal. And Sacramento took him, traded away De'Aaron Fox, and only got 2 firsts in exchange. So they kind of only got 1 first-round pick in exchange for De'Aaron Fox, depending on your line of thinking. And that is just not a good return, in my opinion, for Sacramento. There's probably reasons for that, which we're going to talk about here in a little bit. But unfortunately, I don't love the deal for the Kings at all. Chicago, on the other hand, I'm seeing a lot of people not loving this deal for the Bulls. I like it for them a lot. You're getting your own future first-round pick back in 2025. You can lose every game the rest of the year of Chicago if you want to, and you have your own pick back. That is massive. I assume that's where everything started for them. They preferred always to deal with San Antonio in some kind of Zach LaVine structure because they wanted their pick back. Trey Jones is good. Zach Collins is fine. Maybe you can get some assets out of him. Kevin Huerter's had a down year, but he's someone that has been valuable in the past to a team like Sacramento. Collectively, those 3 players are probably worth a first-round pick or something close to it. You get your own pick. You get basically another pick in the form of those 3 players. 2 first-round picks in exchange for Zach LaVine. That's pretty good value for Chicago. I like the deal for them a lot. Now, at the end of the day, time will tell how the De'Aaron Fox, Victor Wembanyama fit works out in San Antonio. I'm optimistic. I think it's going to be awesome. They're going to be able to continue to add pieces around that duo, which is going to be very exciting to see. But to me, the headline of this, the bottom line of this, is that it is clear Sacramento had one option here. their option was to trade with the San Antonio Spurs. That was the top of the list for De'Aaron Fox. That was the team he was most comfortable going to. Remember, he is a free agent in 2026, so he kind of controls where he goes. It's kind of like the Jimmy Butler thing where he can say, hey, I'm not going to sign in Golden State. I'm not going to sign with these other teams. I'm not going to give them the extension. But obviously, he will give San Antonio the opportunity to give him an extension. That's a place that he wants to be at. And it's clear that whether you like the deal or not for Sacramento, I don't love the trade package they're getting in exchange. I don't understand their obsession with adding Zach LaVine. I don't understand the future outlook of their franchise. It's clear that they were a little bit stuck in a corner here, and that once De'Aaron Fox decided not to sign the extension this past offseason, and he gave them a list of teams he'd like to go to, they were pretty much stuck dealing with San Antonio.
I don't mind the Sacramento.
I think they could have gotten more here. I don't
mind.
think they were getting Steph Castle. They certainly weren't getting Devin Vassell, but you probably could have gotten more draft assets here. You could have just excluded the Zach LaVine thing entirely and looked in a different direction as a franchise. It's going to be a weird team. I don't know who the point guard is. I don't know how their team is working. It's like the Bulls West all of a sudden. I thought that when the De'Aaron Fox thing came out, they were going to get some picks for him, maybe move some bonus, maybe move some DeMar DeRozan, keep Keegan Murray around potentially. And now it's a situation where everybody on the team is good, but they're not good enough collectively to really make a difference. It is a weird situation in Sacramento. Spurs are big winners. The Bulls obviously not as big of winners, but I still like the deal for them. And Sacramento, as always, I'm not really sure what the Kings are doing.
Yeah. I mean, let's look at the comments. Let's look at some comments. This was a masterclass in the Spurs taking advantage of other teams' poor decisions, being patient and drafting well. Two first, the Spurs sent out Chicago protected 25 and Minnesota 31 came from Kawhi DeRozan trade. The ripples of that trade started with 26 pick George Hill in 08. Okay. Don't let this trade distract you from the fact that Mavs traded Luka for a zebra cake and Arizona green tea. And to think this trade doesn't even matter to me right now, this is the only NBA trade or trade rumor that I cared about until last night happened. Just broke everything. Not even a Spurs fan, but Fox and Wemby would be so entertaining to watch. I guess let's see what Bill Simmons and those guys have to say. Damn.
Hey, what's going on, y'all? It's Cone, whatever. The Mavericks just made like the worst decision in the history of basketball. One of the worst ones in the history of sports. I really don't even know what to make of it. I had to record another video. I dropped my initial reaction, but I've been nonstop thinking about this. It's been like 13, 14-ish hours since the deal went down. I slept for like 3 hours. I've talked nonstop to like friends, family about this deal. I've got to talk to y'all more because I'm trying to make sense of it specifically from the Mavs perspective. Like I said last night, I completely get it from the Lakers perspective. I think this was a home run acquisition for them. And there's going to be more moves coming at the deadline. Reports are they're actively and like aggressively pursuing a rim protecting big, which they need. They have no defense right now. But I'll make like a Lakers video, a new look one after the deadline, talking about everything that's going on with them. But for the moment, I need to understand why the Mavericks did this. And I honestly don't think I'm ever going to. I think this is going to go down as one of the worst decisions in the history of sports. I just can't understand why they did this now, because we've gotten a lot of news like they didn't want to pay him $350 million, the Supermax, to be their star player. They're worried about conditioning and his weight. They just didn't see him as the guy, which I don't understand. He is, and I said this a lot of times last night, a 25-year-old Hall of Famer. He's a top 3 player in the world. He's finished top 5 in MVP voting, I think 3 times at the least, actually, now that I think about it. He's been an All-NBA first team 5 times. The only time that he wasn't was in his rookie season, and now it's not going to be this year because he's missed too many games, but every year that he's been healthy and not a rookie, he's been an All-NBA first teamer. He is one of the greatest playoff performers of this decade already, or not even halfway through. He has made no indication that he was going to leave Dallas, as far as we know. Maybe there was something behind the scenes, but every report has been he didn't request a trade. He didn't make it seem like he was going to leave. This was just a Mavericks decision, and that Luka is stunned. He thought he was going to be a Maverick, and so did I. It felt like he was going to be a lifer, that they were going to retire his jersey. I honestly don't even know if they retire his jersey at this point. And if you told me that Luka Doncic was going to be traded before like Dwight Powell on this roster, or even like Kyrie Irving, or I guess he's traded at the same time as Maxi Kleber. We got a Luka Doncic trade before a Jimmy Butler trade. I can't understand. I can't understand it. Not to mention like the age thing. You add Anthony Davis, who is almost 32 years old, in exchange for Luka, who's about to turn 26. And I guess dude, technically, like, the timeline with AD and Kyrie matches up more because they're both up there in age, but, like, you completely shortened your window. In fact, I think you completely closed it
crazy.
because I don't think this team is capable of winning a championship. I don't. The defense is going to be awesome, and they've got a lot of depth. Like, this is still a really good team. It's Kyrie, it's Clay, it's Najee Marshall, it's PJ Washington, it's Daniel Gafford, Derek Lively, Anthony Davis, Max Christie. They've got a billion really good pieces, and so I do think, like, maybe another deal is coming to consolidate some of that. I mean, maybe there's a world where they pursue Jimmy Butler now. I don't really know. At this point, it feels like they could do anything, but your offense is going to be terrible. You're going to have Kyrie Irving as your one option or Anthony Davis as your top scoring option in 2025. It's proven that neither one of those things works. It doesn't. How are you going to possibly beat the best teams in the Western Conference? Luka was your chance. Since Luka went down with injury, this is a bottom 10 offense in the NBA. And sure, adding Anthony Davis is going to help, but you're not going to win a championship as a bottom 10 near that offense. Even if your defense is really good, it's just not going to happen. And now you shut your window going forward because even if, Kyrie got old and this thing didn't work, you still had Luka for like the next maybe rest of his career. You could rebuild this roster around him. There are ways to retool. This is just insane. Not to mention, they hardly have any of their first-round picks going forward in the future. They don't have a lot of assets to continue to improve this team. This is basically it. Also, Kyrie can be a free agent this offseason. Kyrie, I'm sure, is shocked. He's stunned by this. If they didn't tell Luka, there's no way they told Kyrie Irving about it. So what if he walks? What if he goes to the Lakers? It's completely absurd. It's insane. You also just went to the finals. It's crazy to me that last year we saw a Minnesota Timberwolves, Dallas Mavericks Western Conference Finals. Both teams just completely nuked everything. Immediately, within less than a calendar year, Luka just went on to have one of the greatest playoff moments of this decade, hitting the step back over Rudy Gobert. He was your Western Conference Finals MVP, and you traded him away. And that's another thing to me, too. Not only is this just bad in terms of basketball, like, it's a betrayal. It's a betrayal to Luka. It's a betrayal to the fans. There is currently a protest going on outside of the Mavericks arena. There are Mavs fans holding up signs saying it's the worst trade ever. There was like a candlelight vigil type thing at that Dirk statue last night. They have a Luka Doncic day in Dallas. It's a holiday. What do you do on that day now? Like, do you mourn? I don't know what you do. Like, they have given everything to Luka. They made him the face of the franchise. And he repaid them by showing no signs of leaving. There was no signs of disloyalty, not that we know of unless something crazy comes out. But the reports are that it was the exact opposite. That they just betrayed Luka. They didn't even have the guts to tell him. Nico Harrison, the general manager, who's like public enemy number one in Dallas right now, said in a quote that he tried calling and texting Luka and he hasn't responded. He's like, I guess he doesn't want to talk to me right now. Duh! Of course he doesn't want to talk to you. What are you talking about? You just shell-shocked him. He thought he was the face of the franchise. This is his home. He's got a holiday. I can't understand it. I can't. Like, and then, like, you've got a big, like, Slovenian audience, a big Slovenian fan base because you have Luka Doncic. He's one of the most popular players in the world. So even from a business perspective, this makes no sense. It's stunning. It's bad for basketball. It's bad for business. There's no world where this makes any sense. You completely shut down your window. If you think you could be a contender this year, cool, but I don't think you can. And even if that is the case, it's, way less of a chance than if you had Luka for the rest of his career. You had way more opportunities with an MVP level player. I don't care if Luka, he's gonna have one leg in a week. I don't care. He's still that caliber of player where you don't trade him. You just don't. There are certain guys in league history, certain guys in league right now specifically, that you don't deal under any circumstance unless they say, I am not re-signing. And even then, you probably try to convince them to stay as long as you can. Like, if we had gotten a report yesterday that Luka wanted out, and the Mavericks then explore trade options, and, we wait until next deadline, and then he's dealt, nobody would have been shocked. It's the fact that it just happened out of the blue, which brings me to my other point. Why is there no bidding war for this? Why did you go to the Los Angeles Lakers and say, let's get this deal done in the shadows? Let's, just come over here to the corner with me, Rob Pelinka, and let's get this deal done. What are you doing? You could have had one of the biggest bidding wars in the history of the sport. You could have gotten the single greatest trade package in the history of basketball. You're telling me they call up like the San Antonio Spurs and they don't throw anything but Wemby at them and like all the first round picks? They call my favorite team the Oklahoma City Thunder. They might have a chance to land like one of the top key core pieces and $1 billion first round picks. The Rockets have $1 million first round picks and amazing young talent. You could have gotten like some of those guys. Instead, you get Anthony Davis, who sure is better than a lot of the other players you could have gotten. But it doesn't matter when it's not going to help you enough to compete now. It's not. And like, you still could have gotten Anthony Davis, But if you started a bidding war, then maybe the Lakers offer you both of their first-round picks rather than just getting the one. I don't care what people say, what he says about defense winning championships. The Mavericks got worse. In my opinion, they got a lot worse. This is just not an elite level basketball team anymore. I thought they were before. I thought they were a contender. They're not now. They're just not. And they're not going to be for the foreseeable future because Kyrie could walk. And like, sure, you've got, the development of like Derek Lively and stuff, which by the way, one of the reasonings that they said for making this trade, Nico Harrison, was that they looked at the Cavaliers and they were like, oh, we love the idea of the double big thing with Evan Mobley and Jared Allen. So they're like, okay, AD and Derek Lively, but there's no spacing with that at all. Like the spacing sucks with that duo. And, if you want to keep PJ in the starting lineup, he's not a very good shooter unless he's against the Oklahoma City Thunder, I've learned. So that hurts your spacing too. Like Clay's not even been that great of a shooter, although maybe he's on the market now. I mean, he signed up to play with Luka and Kyrie Irving on a team that went to the finals. I think nothing is out of the realm of possibility for the Mavericks or all of the NBA right now. So, like, they want to do this double big thing, but then Nico Harrison is also making a quote that he thinks Anthony Davis will close a lot of games at the 5. And one of the strengths of this team was that their big rotation was great. It was lively. It was Gafford. It was really good. Like, they could use, another power forward, or maybe you swap Gafford out for a different backup big. I don't know. There were options out there. But like now you just triple down on that and you might not even put Derek Lively in your closing lineup who's really good, which by the way, this infinitely hurts the value of Derek Lively, who is a really good young player. But one of the best parts about him is that he was a hyper athletic big with great touch around the rim that got to play with one of the best playmakers of all time.
Value.
You took that away from him. Now his one option is Kyrie Irving, and Kyrie is awesome. He's a really good player. He could have been an all-star this year. He is nowhere near the level of Luka Doncic as a playmaker, as a scorer, in any aspect of the offensive game. He's just nowhere close. So you take away one of his biggest avenues to development and one of his biggest avenues to being effective on the basketball court. This just wrecks everything for them. This completely cooks the offense. Defense, cool. It's going to be good. Won't matter when you can't score. They're going to lose games like 85-98. Cool. You held a team down to 100 and now you're like, 4 games out of the 6th seed. It's unfathomable that they made this decision. They could have created the biggest bidding war in the history of sports. The history of basketball at the very least. And they didn't. They just took the first offer that was on the table. And they got one of the 2 first-round picks that the Lakers have. They had to give a second to the Utah Jazz to facilitate this. They had to give them a tip like they were a waiter to give up a 25-year-old Hall of Famer. This is one of the worst trades in the history of sports. The amount of Mavericks fans that I know who have hit me up, who I've seen, put out there on Twitter and stuff saying that, I don't know what I'm going to do now, is crazy. They're saying they're not even sure if they're going to be Mavs fans anymore. I went to the Mavericks YouTube channel to see like if there were comments on a video. There's a lot of people saying like, I was a Mavs fan and honestly, I don't know now. And maybe that's just, humans being emotional, like fans reacting. It's what we do as sports fans. But I think some of that is real. I think they genuinely like rip the hearts. Imagine like all the kids that just got Luka Doncic jerseys for Christmas. It is February 2nd. It has been less than 2 months since a lot of, kids in Dallas, whatever, just across the world really got Luka jerseys. Now they're like, I'm not a Mavericks fan. I'm a Luka fan. Or I'm a Lakers fan now. Because now they get to watch LeBron James and Luka Doncic. None of it makes sense. It doesn't. There is no justification. I've had a lot of people try to justify it to me, whether it's on Twitter or my YouTube comments on my first video. People try to justify it to me. I don't think there's any justification. There's not. I've said it a few times, I think, one of the worst decisions in the history of sports. I can't think of anything that has baffled me quite like this. Again, I'll drop a Lakers video when more trades happen with them, probably like right after the deadline.
Fox to the Spurs, Levine to Sacramento with some picks. Chicago basically gets their 2025 pick back and takes some contracts. And the headline, Kirk, is that San Antonio did not give up a lot for De'Aaron Fox. So why?
They're in a different regime. I think they're officially now, Bill, in try to win mode, which is sort of a big paradigm shift for the San Antonio Spurs that have been in rebuild mode, but now they're try to win mode. I think this is the symbolic threshold of a team that's ready to compete.
So why didn't they give up more picks to get De'Aaron Fox, who I had like number 20 on my trade value list?
Because they didn't have to, was the short answer. They gave up some draft capital, obviously. I think those are some nice picks they gave up. But I expected maybe to see Devin Vassell's name, maybe see Jeremy Sohan's name. I think, yeah, you're right. The headline is that none of those guys.
For the Spurs to be able to keep every single one of the young guys and still get De'Aaron Fox, that was a fleece.
As we have right now are included in this deal.
So they kept Wemby, Fox. They added Vassell, Castle, who I think was a non-starter, Sohan, Harrison Barnes, Keldon Johnson, CP3, Champagnie.
Yeah.
They kept
Pretty nice
everybody,
nine.
bro.
Now CP3 coming off the bench, maybe playing with Fox. We've seen CP3 in OKC. He was playing with Schroeder and with SGA. Like, he weirdly knows how to play with other small guards. If I'm a Spurs fan, I'm out of my mind that this was the trade, because
That's right.
they gave up the 27 Spurs first. I don't care. I have Wemby. I'm going to be one of the best 10 teams in the league in 27. They gave up the 2031 Minnesota first, which hurts. That might be a real pick. They got this.
Who cares,
They gave up
man?
this 2025 Charlotte pick that is basically 1 through 14 protected and is going to turn into 2 seconds. And Sacramento gets 2 firsts, 5 seconds, and they get Zach LaVine, who I think we both really like this year. I actually think he's an asset.
I love it. But again, they don't have a North Star. The Sacramento Kings have been like this my whole life. I don't know what they're trying to do. Now they've reunited the great DeRozan, LaVine duo.
They reunited an 8 seed for multiple years from the East.
The East Coast 8 seed is back for
Yeah.
vengeance this
Woo!
time.
Vooch has to be feeling left out. Come on, guys. We could have gone 43 and 39 together. Why am I still in Chicago?
Yeah, for me, the story here is in San Antonio, Bill. The Spurs have a sort of a stopgap point guard in Chris Paul, who's been great. Harrison Barnes has been great. But this is a player in Fox that is a young, great offensive weapon that I think will pair very well with Victor Wembanyama. This is a team that I think was going to have a very high defensive
Wemby don't know
ceiling
how to
just because
roll,
of
though.
Victor for years to come.
Wemby
But
don't
the
know how to
offense was the
roll.
question mark. This helps
Yeah.
them address that. And now I think it's like we have Victor at the 5, we have Fox at the 1. Let's surround 2, 3, and 4 with defense and shooting. And I think there's a clear team building project in front of them that they are thrilled to have. It's a pretty simple problem now as opposed to a bigger problem.
Yeah, and they still have a bunch of picks. They have the 2, 3, 4 spots, a lot of length, some potential shooting, although they haven't been shooting the ball this year, but ultimately you're hoping there's going to be some shooting. And they protected their nucleus, and they still have another trade to make. I still feel like the only like no way they're trading these guys on the Spurs would be Wemby, now Fox, and Castle. And everyone else is still in play for me. And they have contracts they can put together. They're not going to trade for Jimmy Butler, but if, he was a little more enticing, that's the type of trade. Maybe they could trade for Luka Doncic if he fails his physical in the Lakers and it turns out he's 290 pounds. But this is an awesome trade for them. In my head, this was a 4 or 5 firsts and probably Sohan or Vassell in it. Seemed like that was it. But I guess if you're the Spurs, you're like, look, man, we're not giving up a lot for this dude. He wants to come here anyway. He's from Texas. We'll just get him in a year and a half. So we can do this now and you'll get some stuff, or we'll just wait. We're on no rush. We're not going to win the title. One thing Eddie Johnson said on my pod on Thursday, I thought was a great ex-basketball player point, was about Fox as a lefty with Wemby as a righty versus Fox as a lefty with Sabonis as a lefty, which I thought was cool. But I like the idea of Fox, not great when players push their way out of a team, but, he gave him a heads up. I'm not going to resign here. He's been pretty clear about that for the whole season. He picks San Antonio. He picks this whole Wemby circus that will become a circus in a good way because you're attaching yourself to one of the, generational superstars in the league. You fit in nicely with them. Now you throw those lobs at a righty, as Eddie was pointing out, and it just feels like an incredible career move for Fox. It really does. It's like, wow, I totally get what you're thinking here.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. I mean, obviously, we had the big piece on Victor on the Ringer last week. I went all in on this guy, and then he had a great game in Paris right after, so I felt good. But everybody around the league is seeing the same thing that we are, Bill. De'Aaron Fox among them. This is a superstar. In the Ringer 100, he's gone from number 67 to number 6 in less than 2 years. You had him as the number 1 trade value asset in the league.
Do you agree with that?
Of course. I mean, he's 21. He's a 25-point a game scorer, and he's the best defender in the league. And this is the worst Victor will ever see, is his famous quote about himself.
And he's not just the best defender in the league. He's decidedly the best defender in the league already. He absolutely disrupts and devastates games with his defense and really fucks teams up already.
There was a sequence in Paris at the end of the third quarter that I'd ask everybody to go watch, the first Pacers game in Paris, where Victor blocked 4 shots in a row. One was a goaltend. And then he made a 3, threw a lob, and caught a lob on the other end of the court. And that was just like, all right, that's crazy. That's what De'Aaron Fox is seeing. That's what everybody else is seeing. This dude is only getting better. And I think
Yeah, especially offensively. De'Aaron Fox don't really throw a lot of lobs, bro. Why not? Why can't Fox be a number 2? He gonna be the number 1 until Wemby learns how to play offense. Damn. This was it's not really. They didn't give up nothing. Jalen Johnson is a dog for the Hawks. They need him. What you tell a Kings fan? Man, this was solid for the Kings, bro. De'Aaron Fox is a all NBA level player at his best. He was hurt. Let's see what the comments got to say. Was it legit stalking your account for this post for hours? Simmons got a Hall of Fame eater in his house. Lucky man. Oh, that's hilarious. Spurs kept their best 8 players in all of Atlanta's Spurs. Insane. Best trade in franchise history. Still no gunpowder to add another star if they desire. 10 to 10:07. Bill know exactly what he was saying. That's crazy. Sudden flashback to the Clippers rolling out a lineup including CP3, Billups, and Mo Williams 15 years ago.